and I'm watching the rise. And I wouldn't say I'm shocked cause I'm hardly surprised. This one's for the ride, this one's for who knew I'd make it, just needed some time. This one's for my wife, could've left 1,000 times just about my side. This one's for the grind, I knew it would happen, just had the strength in my mind.
It's the Travel OG, and welcome to the Black Manosphere Conclave 5.0!
We got started in 2021 in Atlanta, united in the pursuit of excellence in all things. It's been one hell of a ride.
Can I tell you what's on my mind? 'Cause I've been thinking about it for quite some time. Hey, can you give me a moment to declare my love? Can I tell you what's on my mind?
We're now focusing more on opportunities for men, in particular passport bros. Guys who go abroad, they want to have a different lifestyle, they want to have a different achievement abroad. Oh yeah, there's without a doubt the narrative has changed for us greatly.
I just finished speaking and having a chance to tell individuals about how to live the American dream outside of America. And I was here to help so many men when it comes to understanding what they need to do in order to relocate.
With the political climate, things that are happening worldwide, guess what? Nobody's coming to save us. So it is indicative that we all bound together, tighten up like a fist, and strike a mighty blow against everything that's fighting to stop us, man.
It's nothing but good, positive people, good, positive energy with one goal in mind, and that is to make money, get the hell out the Matrix, and enjoy your life. You dig? So shout out to all of y'all. Theme music!
Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is your man Marcus A. Brown, and I'm here to tell y'all that I just got done with my first consultation with the brother Andre of Love Crossing Borders. I just wanted to give him his praises. I need y'all to do two things if you haven't already. If you haven't, subscribe to his YouTube channel, Love Crossing Borders. Also, if you are going to Colombia, if you're thinking of going anywhere, traveling internationally, please consider booking a consultation with the OG Andre of Love Crossing Borders. You will not be disappointed. And y'all, get in tune with him if you haven't already. Tell him MAB sent you. Peace.
Where are all the black men? And I'm not talking about the scammers, the drug dealers, the robbers, and the crooks.
Well, actually...
Shout out, shout out, shout out. Shout out to all you guys and ladies that dare tread this channel. This is Andre and Andre's Love Crossing Borders. Yes, sir. TGIF. Looks like we're freezing a little bit. Looks like we're freezing. Hopefully it gets a little better as far as the Wi-Fi is concerned. It looks like it's trying to catch itself up. Shout out to all you guys that are here with Andre and Andre's Love Crossing Borders. Appreciate you guys that are here. We got a great show tonight. Great show tonight. And it's all about how we who are traveling, going to all these other countries, how we cannot get caught up when it comes to dealing with these toxic women. Perfect example is the situation with Anton and Mika. Yeah. A lot of times guys see attractive women. I'll say this again. A lot of times, let me change that music up a little bit. Let's do it this way. A lot of times, us men will travel to another country and see a very attractive Latina, Asian, European, African woman, right? She fine. She is fine. Over time, you discover rapidly that she is toxic. And she's been like that her whole life. She's used her cuteness as a child and her beauty in high school, college, and in her career to get what she needed. And she's never had to take accountability because of her looks. And then you get off the plane. And you think that because you got a few dollars in your pocket, you'll be the one to finally change her from being a beautiful, toxic woman. So it is with our brother Anton Daniels. I was talking to a brother earlier and I was saying to him, if Anton had a passport and was using it like we are, passport, he would not have to worry about being considered a passport bro. I'll say that again. If Anton was traveling the way that we travel, and he was out here the way that we're out here, he would not have to be worried about being called a passport bro. Because Anton Daniels moves like a passport pookie. Yes, he's a pookie, a ray, a nook. He thinks because he has money in his pocket that he can tame a toxic woman. And so we're going to talk about that tonight. Can you, no matter how much money you got in your pocket, can you tame a toxic woman? No matter how much good of a man you are, because Mika is married to a man and he should have been a good man, right? So no matter how good of a man Mika has, he's not able to tame that toxic woman. We're going to talk about how she's lying. We're going to talk about that there's new video footage of her and Anton after the Corey Holcomb show, inebriated, allegedly, but in the hotel room together. We're going to look at that tonight. Anton and Mika, the same woman that told us it wasn't me. I'm just like I said, beautiful women don't know how to take accountability because they never had to. Once again, this channel, this live stream is not about Mika. It's not about Anton. You're going to see Anton. You're going to see Mika. It is not about them. I could care less about these people. I'm going to say this again. This is very important for you guys to catch on to this early. I could care less about Mika. I could care less about an Anton. I could care less about Corey Holcomb. I use these videos as metaphors so we don't get caught up in this type of madness as we travel to these other countries. Because if you think that the women in the United States have a monopoly on being toxic because of their beauty, well, you haven't traveled enough. So this is why we are talking about this topic, for us, not for Anton, not for Mika, and not for Corey. Shout out to all you guys that are here this evening. Yes, sir. Glad to see you guys here. Let me hit these super chats from the brethren up top. Shout out to my man Will. Chill with Will, that is. Thank you always, Will, for supporting the channel, being there for Andre and I, man. We appreciate all that you do. He says, salutations, Andre and the chat family. He says, smash that like button. Yes, gentlemen, make sure you click that like button. We like you. We really do. Make sure you like us too. He says, smash the like button. Support Black Male Media. Yes, sir. Support that Black Male Media. How can you do that? You can do that tonight by way of Cash App. You see that scrolling at the bottom of the screen. The PayPal and or Super Chat, gentlemen. We appreciate that. He says, gladly appreciate it. Sit back with your drink in hand. Yes, sir. She made me a drink. That's what I should have did. Drink in hand and popcorn in hand. No sip zone here. Absolutely correct. And shout out to my brother Pharaoh Israel in the building. Glad to see you here. He said, quick question. Does Germany have hogs? Okay, what is, guys, give me a little bit of clarity on hogs. P-A-W-G, hogs. Give me a little bit of clarity on that so I can answer the question for our brother. Tevin King, glad to see that you're here. He said, can you fix the speaker? I can hardly hear you speak. Let me see something. Let me see my audio. Is my audio? Wait a minute, guys. Let me know if my audio is off. Because it might be, because I can hear me clearly. But actually, what I'll do is I'll listen to myself by the way my cell phone too, so I can hear as well. Shout out to all you guys that are here. Let me go here. I want to make sure you guys hear me clearly tonight. Okay, let me close this, close that, close this. Got a lot of windows open. Let's see. In Europe, that's a given. Yeah. You got Ishmael. I can't wait till you start using your passport on a regular basis. Many of the stereotypes that you have about the United States and other countries, they'll fall by the wayside. I kid you not. They'll fall by the wayside. Oh yeah, I can hear what you're saying. I can hear what you're saying, Dave. Thanks, brother.
Okay, is that better? Let me know, guys. Put a 1 in the comment section if that's better. Oh, there we go. I can hear it. Good call, gentlemen. Yeah, and my monologue was really good, too. The opening monologue. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for that 1. Teamwork on this channel, I say. Teamwork. Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, it sounded like I was in a gymnasium type of thing. All right. Thank you, Tevin. Appreciate that. I'd have been speaking all night. He said, respectfully, if Mr. Daniels was using his passport like us, we would have called up Obi-Land because he would have got. You have never lied, David. Let's be honest, gentlemen. If Anton Daniels was out here with us, he would have not only been moving like a Pookie, he would have got scoped by now. He would have got scoped by now. You're absolutely correct. If I freeze tonight, guys, blame it on my head, not my heart. The Wi-Fi issues continue. Let me scroll back up to the top, and I'll work my way down, gentlemen. I won't be here too late tonight. I won't keep you guys too late. Shout out to Kenny Peoples. Kenny Peoples told me, he said, these toxic women, he said, some good men that do good, like toxic women, to keep their heart rates up, but they still get stressed out. That's true. Kenny also says, good evening, and make sure I check my email. I'll do that for some good music stuff. Shout out to you, Kenny. I am Alex in the building. Shout out to you, brother. Representing. And respectfully, I don't think AD Anton Daniels is a good man. You know who I'm talking about as the good man in this scenario? The husband. The husband is supposed to be, meaning Mika's husband should be, let me turn the music down just a little bit. I'm not talking about Anton being the good man. I agree with you 1,000%. The person who should be the good man in this scenario should be the husband, right? He thought he picked a good woman. Just think about it. You're in Washington, D.C. You meet this very attractive Afro-Latina named Mika. She looks like she has a good career going on. You fall in love with her. You marry her. You got a person that's just as good as you. You going to work. You take care. You handling your business. Her career is going. You're never interrupted. You're thinking you're a good man with a good woman, but you're actually a good man. And now Mika has been exposed to be a toxic woman. And my reason for talking about this tonight, guys, remember, it is not about Mika. It is not about Anton. And it is not about Corey. It's about the man or us men who choose these women. Mika's married. Therefore, somebody chose this type of woman. And because of that choice, he's reaping all the curses, not benefits, curses of having a toxic woman, like the type of women they talk about in the book of Proverbs in the Bible. Yes, sir. Good point. Good point. Scroll back down a little further. Make sure I give everybody a shout out. Shout out to my brother Ronan Traveler. Salute to you, brother. Happy good morning to you guys over there in the Philippines. He said, coffee listening to these excuses coming from these men. I'm going to tell you something. You know, I'm going to hear a lot tonight. I'm going to hear a lot of excuses. Not just from her, from a lot of you guys. If you think Anton invented being stupid or her husband invented being stupid, and you think it's not any guys that have passports and that are traveling and doing some of the stupidest stuff with the most toxic women, but because they're beautiful, they're going to end up being in a situation that's not helpful to them. Let's scroll down a little further. Let's see who else. I'll make sure I get everybody. We got Tevin. We got Ronan. We got Sean D. Upshaw in the building of the Upshaw family. Shout out to Sean being here. Appreciate you, brother. Glad to see you're here. Yes, sir. And Jay Anderson, the great. Salute to you as well. Salute to you as well. Glad to see you're here, brother. Shout out to Chris being here in the building. Also, my brother 313 Nate, that is.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Don't play with them Detroit boys. You know how they get them 313 boys. Shout out to Mr. Sagner. Sagner being in the building. Yeah, shout out to you. Yes, sir. As well as Ellis representing. Nick says this. He said, to be honest with you, bro, he said, I'm using sick time to come home and listen to your show on you. Man, be honest with you, man. I appreciate that, brother. I really do. I appreciate that. I kid you. I kid you not. We're going to have a good show this evening. It's well worth it, this one. Well worth it. We're going to look at the latest receipts of Anton and Mika in the hotel room together. Look like they've been drinking their ass, drunk than a mother. I don't mean halfway drunk. I'm talking about drunk than a mother. You thinking to yourself, like, are you people serious? Are y'all doing this? Y'all recording this? So we're going to look at the latest video, and Anton tried to delete this part of one of his videos, but it got out there. This part of him and her in a hotel room, Anton just recently went in and deleted it, but it's too late. Somebody screenshot recorded it, and so now it's back on YouTube. Just like with there's another toxic trait. Remember when we looked at the other day when Mika photoshopped the picture and took Anton's hand away from behind her, and then we found the original photo of Anton's hand still wrapped around her? That's one of them sneaky chicks, bro. That's one of them toxic sneaky chicks, and that's who her husband married, and that's why I'm talking about this today. Guys, don't let beauty, in the words of BBD, don't let a big button of smile fool you. That girl is poison. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to my man KP representing in the building, as well as my man Bean representing in the building. Glad to see you guys here. Hannibal's here as well, gentlemen. Yes, sir. Shout out to you. Yes, sir. Glad that you're having a good evening. I'm having a great evening as well, brother. I'm having a good evening being in Espanol and English. Yes, sir. Let me scroll down. Shout out to Charles being here representing. Shout out from Mexico in the building. Mexico. Jay Anderson, I got a question. If she's married, I know, bruh. If she's married, she's doing all these flights and traveling. Why she's in a hotel room, either got drunk before or with Anton? Why is Anton about to take a shower while she's in there? It sounds like that she was taking a shower while she was in there. Why was Anton saying, are you ready? Are you ready? This is how dumb Anton is. He put himself on mute, but didn't block the camera. You know how I could take myself off camera, right? Like I could do this. I can Let's see how I haven't even had. Oh yeah, like I could do this. I could take myself off camera, right? You can still hear me talking, right? Anton didn't do that. Anton's facing this way, talking to her. He has himself on mute, but he doesn't realize he can still read your lips, bruh. And he are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you cool? You good? And you gonna be looking at the video like, dude, are you serious? Are you serious? So we're gonna check this out, man. This dude is, yeah. Shout out to my man Jay being in the building. Jay said, finally got that Zern off. 40 knocks. Yes, sir. He say, I think it will, or David mentioned it. Yeah. Oh man. Just that whole collection, man. That whole brand is amazing cologne. I'm just wearing a regular basic. Tonight, I'm going basic with Bentley for Men. It's like a $20 cologne, but it's just timeless, man. Bentley for Men, or Intense, that is. Bentley for Men Intense. Every once in a while, Andrea likes this one. This is a very brandy cognac type scent. It's very with a little bit of honey in there. Really good scent. Well, it looks like I got everybody, include my brother Kofa. Shout out to you. Say peace, gentlemen. In the car, ear hustling. But peace to all. Yes, sir. Let's get ready to get started with this video. Let me turn the music off. You guys don't need to hear me all day or all night. There we go. Once again, as I mentioned before, tonight's episode, I don't care anything about Mika and Anton, what they got going on. I don't care. Mika and her and Anton's wife, I don't care. I don't care about what's going on with Corey and Anton. I could care less about that. When it comes to the man who chose to marry Mika or be in a relationship with Mika, knowing that she's just another beautiful, toxic woman, that's what I want to talk about tonight. Why do good men have a tendency in the United States, and even when we travel, we complain about a lot of women. We get disappointed by a lot of women. But a lot of times we're choosing to be with many of these toxic women. So the question I have for us is this: why do we continue to over and over again ignore the good, beautiful women that are out there in exchange for the Mikas, the beautiful, big booty, Afro-Latina, but they're toxic? And many of them are just like Mika. They're toxic with a smile. I'll say this again. The problem with women like Mika is not they're not dangerous. They're not, you won't see a police file on them. You won't hear that they threw something at you or at their man. You won't hear that she cussed out her man up and down. There are women in this world, in the United States, as well as other countries, that will be toxic in your life with a smile. Didn't Judas come up and betray Jesus with a kiss? A lot of times we go to other countries and these beautiful women, just like Mika, will betray you with a kiss. So we're going to talk about, are there any good women out there then, Dre? Are there any good ones out there? And my brother Will says this. He says, this is not her first time. Absolutely correct. Not her first time doing this. He said, this is just the first time she got caught. And we don't even know if this is the first time she got caught. It's the first time she got caught by us. What makes us think that her husband hasn't caught her several times over. This is the first time that she's gotten caught by us. That's the crazy part. Yep, this is not our first time. I agree with you 100%. Let's go to the video, gentlemen. Now, this video, once again, and shout out to the YouTuber. You put her name. We go shrink this up so I can get her name. Her name is Lakeisha Keisha. So make sure you guys, I'm going to drop the link to her channel in a moment. But she's been following this very closely. And this video was edited. The original version she showed earlier was edited. This is Mika in Anton's hotel room. I'm bringing it back. Notice the color of the shirt that Anton has on. This is a big point that I'm making. Notice the color of the shirt that Anton has on. And shout out to the YouTuber House of Hypocrites. Make sure you subscribe to that brother's channel as well. All right, Wi-Fi, we need your help.
Podría estar escuchando.
Okay,
hoy en día, los dispositivos con micrófonos están en todas partes.
You guys will have to subscribe to be able to watch that video, but this is getting crazy.
Which is a lie, and I'm about to show y'all that Anton Daniels, for about an hour, was looking off, asking Mika, is she ready?
All right, guys, this is where the shit gets crazy. This part of the video has been edited out. This video does not exist in this form anymore. Now, the reason why House of Hypocrites had it is he had to record it. I just showed you guys, that was the first video that I showed you. This portion of that video is gone. What he is saying is that Anton is having a conversation and he's going to get more into it where you can actually hear water running, you can hear a door close. It almost looks like Mika has to be in that room. She has to be in that room. So it is left to imagine, like why is she showering in his room if she's not staying there? Something weird is going on. And why did Anton edit this out of his original video?
And that's a good point. Why is she in his room as a married man? I'm laying a foundation of toxic women. I'm using Mika as an example. Just in case you guys are wondering, why is Andre talking about Anton again? I'm laying a foundation of beautiful toxic women that are toxic with a smile. I'm giving you guys the hookup because sometimes we think if we go to another country that the only toxic women are women that, you know, that are toxic without a smile, that they're rude, that they're loud, that they're embarrassing. There are a lot of toxic women, guys, that could come into our lives and drain our bank accounts with a smile. How many times have we seen guys go to Thailand, the Philippines, Korea, Malaysia, and their whole bank account is drained? He think that he married the one. How many times have we heard about that? How many times have we heard about dudes going to Brazil and Colombia getting drugged and robbed? Did the woman put artillery to his chest? Nope. Did she put a gun to his chest? When they robbed in Medellin, do any of those dudes report the woman pulled a knife or a gun out when they drugged them? What'd they drug them with then? A smile and a drink. Here. Right? So when I say I'm laying a foundation of that there are toxic women out there, such as Mika, that will smile in our face, smile in Anton's and Corey Holcomb's face, smile in the face of her husband, but because of their beauty, I'm going to say this again, very important, because that's why the women are able to drug us in other countries, hustle us in other countries, scam us in other countries, because they've been using their beauty to hustle since they were kids. Whenever they wanted something, they could just look cute for it. Through high school, if they wanted something from the older boys, they could just look cute for it. in college, if they wanted something done from a grown man outside of their campus, all they had to do was be beautiful for it. They've been using their beauty in a toxic way for hustles. So guys, don't think when I use the term toxic that it's a woman that's coming after you, she's a spicy Latina and she's coming with a crowbar. On the contrary, there are a lot of Latinas that just come with a smile and you end up in a morgue. So I care about us. Like I said, I don't care about what's going on with Anton and Mika and Corey. All I care about is seeing it from the perspective of the husband and why our good man, because I'm considering the husband, even though I don't know him, I'm not going to consider him a bad man because I don't know him. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt of being a dude that decided to marry a woman that he thought was a good woman. Come to find out, she's been using her beauty in a toxic way. So let's continue on, gentlemen. Let's continue on.
I'm reading the nigga lips. No Diddy. And he's saying, are you ready? Are you ready? Then she gonna jump on the fucking camera to try to say, hey, I just got up. I just came from up. No, the fuck you didn't. You been there.
So what he is saying is Anton, which he deleted this part out, he was asking her, is she ready? But again, this is the only video we have because Anton deleted, I'm sorry, he didn't delete it. He edited the video.
No, and I just came upstairs. No, and I just came upstairs.
They braided, right?
Nigga, I don't give a fuck, nigga. Nigga, my haircut. If my barber ain't talking to me, my hair could be 25 minutes.
That's because they be talking. Them beauticians be chit-chatting.
Hell yeah, them niggas.
So as you can see, he's talking to somebody. Who the hell is he talking to? But then Mika appeared and said, I just came upstairs. Why is she not in her own room?
That's why my hair could be an hour sometimes. I'm like, nigga,
Nah, listen, I'm from goddamn E.
So the background noise that you guys hear is from the entire panel. So if you guys are wondering what's that noise, because you're hearing the panel, Anton muted himself. He probably thought he was still off camera, but he wasn't.
Listen, I'm from goddamn E.
At that particular time, he's saying, that's cool. You ready? Right? Meaning she been in the nigga room. She been, so why jump on camera and say, I just came upstairs. You been in the room for an hour. You probably been in the room since he got there because y'all probably only got one room. I was her husband.
That part. Y'all probably only got one room. What? Why is this man's room? I would feel so, no, I wouldn't, because I wouldn't be there. Why are you in a room of a married man? His wife is nowhere in the vicinity. You guys can do this show and you be in your own room. Y'all only supposed to be together in common areas, a restaurant. Maybe y'all went to the lobby to, this is weird.
I be trying to check into that shit. I'll most definitely be trying to check into that. Then let's not speed past her appearance. She looked inebriated. They both look inebriated. And when Anton Daniel was goddamn pausing and muting and I guess
look at her.
When Anton was disabling his camera.
Tell me this chick don't look drunk. Okay. Some of you dudes are like me. You've been following Mika on Instagram. You've been following her as far as looking at the footage. You've been seeing her all these months on Anton's show, right? Have you guys ever seen Mika hair looking crazy? Ever? She always keep them curls well taken care of. When she was being interviewed, those curls were curling, weren't they? All on Instagram, curls tight. How is it that she looking disheveled? You know how like when females try to comb their hair down with their hand and it just ain't working? Once again, gentlemen, This episode is dedicated. Yeah, they smashing. This episode is dedicated not to Mika. I'm laying a foundation of toxic women, about toxic women. Right. The pajama happy. Her husband and Futon's wife, either don't care or completely oblivious about what's going on. Absolutely correct. Kofa says this. He says, one, they play the role, and we're talking about toxic women in general, the beautiful ones. One, they play the role real well to the point where our families tell us that this is the one, that we should date. Two, a lot of guys, myself, like myself, are way too patient until it's too late. That's a good point. It's multi-layer. That is a really good point, man. Number two, a lot of us guys, like myself, are way too patient with toxic women with a smile. That's the topic for tonight that we're going to be talking about. We travel to these other countries. Shout out to my brother Black Nubian, them Canadian boys.
I told this guy where I was from. He said, "Oh, Canada."
We find ourselves being way too patient with toxic women that come with a smile because they don't seem as dangerous. And they're playing the long game, so they don't seem as dangerous as the other women. And we're a little bit more patient with them because of their beauty and because we like them in other countries as well as the United States. Because sometimes even we don't want the next man to get her. So that's why we find ourselves might being a little patient. I'm using Mika again to lay a foundation. We're about to go international in a second, but I'm laying a foundation of there are women that are very toxic with a smile. And that's what this whole scenario is with Anton. She goes home and smiles in her husband. She goes back to DC after she's flown back and forth to Detroit. Don't tell me Anton never spent money on her. She's going to basketball games and everything else with him and every place else. There are toxic women, guys, that we got to look out for. Not the ones that are loud, not the ones that are rude, but the ones that come with a smile. Let's go back to the video.
I'm like, shit. The further they got along, it seemed like he getting a little bit more looser. Maybe they were drinking off camera. You feel me? And it's just speculation. Speculation. Out of all the times this woman she got curly hair, right? Big curls. Every time she ever came on camera, her shit ain't all fucked up like that.
Never.
Even when she goes,
see how her curls are.
He got a point. Now listen, y'all see me, I'll have makeup on, I won't have it on. That's just, I'm not, listen, I ain't insecure. You know, some people got to do all of this bullshit. This lady ain't never been on camera looking like this. She's always got herself hair, you know, that's kind of who she is.
Oh, do the Tasha K interview the next day. She got on the same goddamn shirt. You feel me? Same lit necklace. You feel me? And that is an indication that maybe she showered, right? Because whatever she wore to go meet Corey Holcomb, it wasn't the same shit. Bitch ain't about to wear the same shit for 3 days.
Here's the part. She said she came from downstairs. Okay. Is she saying downstairs in the hotel lobby, or is her room downstairs? We know that she's lying, coming from downstairs. Okay, here we go. Let's do it like this. If you see a chick that's wearing that she wore the same outfit again the next day, that means that she was somewhere that she ain't had no business being. She gonna come on Tasha K with the exact same outfit on. Maybe her room was down the hall, but she ain't go back down the hall. I'll say that again. Maybe her room was down the hall or downstairs, but she never made it back down the hall or downstairs. That's why she had the same clothes on. Come on, all of us dudes that done smashed some chicks. We done went over. She done came, a chick that done came over your house on Friday, and she left your house on Saturday. Did she not leave in the same outfit? Most of these chicks ain't coming over to our cribs with no carry-on bag. They come into our crib to get smashed in that same outfit, and they get up in the morning, whether they shower or not, and then they go ahead. Well, they're gonna take a shower, put them same clothes back on, and head out. And that's exactly probably what she did. And I'm just speculating, like my brother would say. Let's continue on.
I'm sorry. Unless you just like that. But what I'm saying is, if you've been in that goddamn room since he got there, then you're off camera talking to him for about an hour. But when you jump on this bitch saying, "Oh, I just came upstairs," is it fair to me to ask, did she take a shower in that room? Because,
and honestly, what he's saying makes a lot of sense. Why does she feel a need to get on camera and say, "I just came upstairs"? It's giving, I don't know what it's giving, because why the hell are you in his room? But just pay attention, y'all, because this entire video gets weird as F-U-C-K.
Do realize this too, guys. This is the same woman, and that's why I said toxic with a smile. This is the same woman, Mika. Same woman that says she keeps everything professional. Did she not say that during the interview? Remember, I've mentioned to you guys the other day about going to quarterly meetings and different conferences and events for the colleges that I work for. Like, for example, one college flew me to California. I was telling T-Mac about that, going to Ontario, California, outside of LA. And it was for a training for us college recruiters. Wasn't nobody coming in through the threshold of my my hotel room, unless they was getting smashed. Now, a dude, hey, we chopping it up, talking junk, and we heading out, right? So I ain't talking like that about no dudes. I'm talking about any female that knew if she go across the threshold of my hotel room, the only reason she was crossing it was not for conversation. Bike events, Myrtle Beach. All you guys that ride motorcycles. You ain't letting no females in your hotel room. None of them biker chicks, none of the pedestrian chicks, unless they getting smashed. Ski week. Whether you ski in the Black Ski Week in Michigan or the one in Denver. Black Ski Week, the annual. I don't care how fine them black bunnies look in them ski outfits. The only time one of them ski chicks gonna cross the threshold of your hotel room, she gonna get her back broke in. Am I lying, fellas? It doesn't matter if it's co-worker or chicks at a different events. If you cross the threshold of my bedroom door in that hotel, any hotel I'm in the country, is because you want to get smashed. Now, I'm not talking about doing something illegal, but what I'm saying is we all know how to read the room. In the room that we're reading with this married woman who's being toxic with a smile, her hair is looking beat up. She's moving, behaving drunk. And you're wondering, wait a minute, I ain't never seen my wife move like that. Why is my wife on the live stream in another man's hotel room? I recognize that outfit she got on. That's a pajama outfit that she wear when she going to sleep. Why she got that outfit on in another man's room? All these questions come up. Remember, as I mentioned earlier, the color of the shirt that Anton has on right now is white. This is very important. Let's continue on, gentlemen. Let's continue on. My bad.
The nigga Anton was preparing to jump in the motherfucking shower while she was on screen. You don't believe me?
No.
Okay, he got his own platform going. He got his own thing going. So it should be
okay. Y'all see Anton walking in the back, brushing his teeth. All of this has been edited out. Anton brushing his teeth because he's preparing to put his pajamas on or however he sleep. This is the thing. They had been drinking. So a lot of times, you know how much to drink, you probably not thinking correctly. Anton is in the back brushing his.
It should be fine.
You see your boy Anton walking through the back.
That all of this has been edited out of his video.
I think a lot of you guys.
What color is Anton's shirt now? Y'all want to bring that beat back? I just made a statement. What color is Anton's shirt now? When Anton first started this stream, she popped up. What color is Anton's shirt? Changed to black, didn't it?
You don't believe me?
No.
He got his own platform going. He got his own thing going. So it should be
okay. Y'all see Anton walking in the back, brushing his teeth. All of this has been edited out.
You think Anton went to the bathroom and changed his shirt? Hell no. You got a fine woman in your hotel room. Are you going to go to the bathroom and change your shirt, or you going to change your shirt right there? Come get it, girl. You going to change your shirt right there, right? First, it was white. It wasn't a black shirt underneath it. It was a white shirt. But your wife is so comfortable. Your toxic wife is so comfortable. And she, once again, she's one of those women that's toxic with a smile. That she could pretend like she's not seeing what she's seeing. That man off screen, changing clothes, taking showers. You about to see him? Watch this. It's going to get crazier.
Anton brushing his teeth because he's preparing to put his pajamas on or however he sleep. This is the thing. They had been drinking. So a lot of times, depending on how much you had to drink, you probably not thinking correctly. Anton is in the back brushing.
It should be fine.
Look at that. All of this has been edited out of his video.
I think a lot of you guys are 1000% unable to be impartial on what you.
Now, I showed y'all this video already. None of this was there because it had been edited out.
So,
yes, she's 100% correct. If you go to Anton's channel right now on this live stream, you cannot find this section anymore. This section is taken completely out. The only reason this section exists is because my man who's talking, House of Hypocrites, he did a screenshot recording. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't know any of this or even recollect any of this in the hotel room, because Anton has edited it out now.
And or her big shit. I don't want to hear that shit, nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
Darlene.
What y'all didn't notice, he had the white shirt on. He took the white shirt off. Nigga went in the restroom, started brushing his teeth, walking around. He want to be seen. It's like he want to be seen that he's in this moment with her. You go throw your clothes on the bed, them drawers.
This is weird because let me just tell y'all why this shit is so weird. Anton don't give a F-U-C-K. The only reason that he went back and edited this video is because Mika reached out to him. This video has been edited.
He throw his drawers on the bed and whatever, his little pajama shorts or some shit, just to pick it up on camera. He winding down, about to go jump in the shower.
At this point, probably not avoiding therapy because of stigma. You're probably avoiding therapy because you've become very good at.
There we go.
He takes his clothes off. Exactly. Dude finna go jump in the shower. How in the hell are you taking a shower with some lady in the room unless you ain't already hit it? You didn't hit that before because you feel already comfortable. I gotta change I was trying to get this girl some grace, but you know, girl, you out here bad. You got your hardworking husband out here looking like a fool. You know, if this was a woman saying her man cheated, oh boy, you know, it would be a whole problem. But this is a hoe out here being a hoe.
Say that again.
As Anton's representation.
Thank you.
We want to say that
this is a 304 being what she is, a 304. Remember, this topic for tonight, I'm laying a foundation. I'm going to keep reiterating this because some of y'all are going to get caught up in the Anton Mika situation. And I'm trying to keep us focused. Our focus tonight is, because I don't care nothing about what's going on with Mika and Anton and them. Our focus tonight is I'm laying a foundation that there are toxic women around the world that can't wait for you to get off the plane, and they will be toxic with a smile, not with violence, not with cursing, not with backbiting, not with embarrassing you. They will be toxic with a smile. They play the long game, like Mika is playing with her husband. They're beautiful, toxic women that we need to look out for, gentlemen. If we're going to be looking for good women in other countries, or fun women, or enjoyable women, we're going to have to come to a reality that we're going to also come across women that are toxic, that are beautiful, and that will do it with a smile. And you won't catch on to it because it's too late. Like my brother said, some of us are patient because of some of these toxic women are so beautiful. So that's the foundation I'm laying tonight. So let's get back to Tamika. And like she just said, she's just a 304 being a 304.
We went to the 5150 program to have an educated conversation. The conversation.
Now, what you guys, you're good. So
Mika
pay
looking
attention.
crazy.
I'm not even gonna tell you. It's gonna get interesting.
It took
Now see how crazy Mika looking.
And we decided to use our judgment and
And let me say this also.
Sir?
Let me say this also.
You see how she turned around? Notice when she turned around, she looked right at his private parts first and then looked up. I don't know if he's showing his private parts or if he's in briefs or underwear right now. I'm not going to make that assumption, but I'm going to play that back. Notice when she turns around, she's going to look directly at my man nuts. Then she looks up. If somebody's talking to me and they're walking up on me, I'm looking up directly. She looks at the man's nuts and then looks up. I'm going to bring that beat back for you guys. Look at how she looks when she turns around. She looks directly at his nuts, pause for a split second, then looks up at him. Sir. In other words, she used to looking up at him from the nuts angle. She's used to looking up at him from the nuts angle.
You guys, you're good. So pay attention. I'm not even gonna tell you. It's gonna get interesting.
It took a left turn and decided to use our judgment and
And let me say this also.
Sir?
There she go. Nuts.
Let me say this also.
Bam.
And let me say this also.
Sir?
Let me say this also. Mika stayed in pocket. She followed my lead.
You hear how drunk he is? Mika stayed in pocket. She laughing, giggly drunk. Her hair looking crazy. He's changed clothes, brushed his teeth, got comfortable. This supposed to be business meetings, business partners. You from DC, your wife is all the way in California, drunk, looking like she just got smashed. She's gonna be wearing the same clothes. Excuse me. She's gonna be wearing the same clothes tomorrow as she's being interviewed on Tasha K. And here come Anton, just shove her out the way, and Mika played her role like a host supposed to do, like a pay-for play is supposed to do.
Mika stayed in pot. She followed my lead.
None of that. She ain't tripped. She just said, "Yo, I'm rolling with you," and that's the end of the conversation.
Look at how the people on the damn panel, look how they looking. Look at Molly or whatever her name is. These people are like, what the fuck?
And she ain't saying one word.
Look at the girl Molly. I'm gonna tell y'all why. Rumor has it, allegedly, Anton had been smashing that all the way from the Lapeef network. I'm gonna say that again. The blonde chick, rumor has it, allegedly, Anton was smashing that all the way back from the Lapeef network days. So that's why she looking like, I know this ain't shit, putting this on camera in front of me. As much dirt as I got on him.
Just kept it moving. That's how women are supposed to move. They're not supposed to do all of the extra.
Why does Molly look so uncomfortable?
You see, she turned her
extra shit and all that. You follow the lead of the person you're with. That's a fact. You don't say nothing. You don't get out of pocket. You don't do none of that.
Look how uncomfortable Molly is looking. You know, the eyes and, you know, how a person moves tells it all. Why does Molly look so disturbed?
Up in the middle. Move with the person that you move with. That's it.
And look at that little look away that Molly did. Y'all have been telling me that he, you know, allegedly messed with her too. That look that she gave was a look of disgust. She kind of looked away. You saw it all in her face.
It's the stream ends. Anton Daniels eventually go jump on somebody else's stream and start talking about this.
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's a nice sweep.
Now, I think I may be just a little bit wrong here, because what I'm gathering now, and I'm going to correct it, is this part where she is, you hear some noises in the background. I believe this is Mika in the shower.
Okay. Let me get past this commercial. My bad, gentlemen. Skip this commercial.
Well, and let me say this also. Shout out to my girl Mika.
You know what's interesting about that?
Now, remember when he was just facing the other way, just for a split second? Yeah, he on that Derrick Jackson for real. Remember he was just facing. Let me bring that back. Anton was just facing this way. Head completely turned, right? If you're on a live stream, you ain't, for the most part, your head is not completely turned around. You're looking at something, right? Okay, here we go, fellas. Let's do it. All of us that travel, we already know this. Where do they put the bathroom in most hotel suites? Usually when you first walk into the door, the bathrooms are usually located right in the front area, right? So would it be odd for us to assume that that's where in the direction that Anton is looking? Could we, because usually they take the table. Come on, let's by the front door. Where do they usually put the table? If I've done a lot of live streams, Kevin Samuels have, you guys have, or you put your computer on the table. Where is that table located? It's usually on the other side of the room, close to the window, right? The tables of the desks, no matter how expensive your hotel is, the desks aren't in the middle of the floor. Usually the desk that you're going to be working on or writing on, it's usually closer to the window, correct? Now, I'm not talking about the drawers, when they have the drawers in the area that's the TV sit on. I'm talking about that desk that you can sit down, do some work and paperwork and things like that. That desk is usually where Anton is sitting normally with most hotel suites. Normally he's sitting far towards the window, in other words. In other words, if Anton was to turn the other way, he 9 times out of 10, based on all we've experienced in all the hotels that we've gone to, 9 times out of 10, if Anton turned while he's at that desk doing a live stream, he will be facing towards the window, correct? What's my point? What's got this man attention to where he's turned damn near all the way or dang near all the way around towards the bathroom area? It's not his wife in there. We know that much. It's not it's not somebody the cleaning lady. He's not looking at the cleaning lady at 1 o'clock in the morning. He's looking toward the bathroom and he's checking out he's viewing Mika. Let's continue on. I just want to lay a foundation for us, guys, about these toxic women.
Is Mika in the shower?
And let me say this also. Shout out to my girl Mika.
You know what's interesting about that Glaze? He looking directly at her. He ran. This is why I say when I say confession leak. He just shouted out Mika. As soon as she got in that goddamn corner. I mean, she was still there.
Corey, let me tell you why I think Corey is a bitch, bro. Let me tell you why I really think he a bitch.
Okay, do you guys hear that noise? There's a noise that you guys
Somebody's
hear.
in the back doing something.
And
Correct.
we believe that is Mika in the shower. You're going to hear something else.
Let me tell you why I really think he a bitch. Let me tell you why I really think he a bitch.
Let me ask you a rhetorical question. Do you think that's a door opening or a door closing? Is it the room though? Or is it the shower goddamn though? Is it the bathroom goddamn though?
But who the hell is it? Because this was after this. Now we're getting real late into the wee hours because he's jumped on somebody else's show.
We're gonna get to it. They gonna be like, this nigga House of Hypocrites lame, did a motherfucker. You can't whoop me, bitch. You can't whoop me, goddamn. But it's provocative. It gets the people going.
It wasn't because of the confrontation. It wasn't because of none of that. It's because that nigga tried to dirty Mac at the end.
I do remember this is after Corey Holcomb comes on 8 o'clock. Let's do a timeline. Corey Holcomb comes on 8 o'clock at night, right? In California, 11 o'clock Eastern. He was on Corey's show. Let's say he was there for about an hour or two. 30 minutes on the show, let's say an hour waiting around and just, maybe he got there at 7. So, okay, cool. Let's say he leaves about 9 o'clock. Looks like that they've been out and about doing their thing, him and Mika, because they drunk. But I don't care what nobody say. But we'll go with allegedly. We'll go with allegedly. And then you've got Anton going on his show with Mika. We just saw that. He had the white shirt on, and then he's changed his clothes and he's brushing his teeth. He's put on the black shirt. Now he's going on dude, it's got to be like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning now. And we're hearing noises in the background. Okay. Is it just me, or have y'all ever, and I'm not, other than Mike Tyson, have any of y'all ever had a female in your room at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and y'all wasn't about to do some dastardly deeds? I have never had a woman that was supposed to be business only still in my room making noises in the background, because that wasn't Anton making them noises. Anton went from his live stream, and actually This young lady, I remember this. Anton went from his live stream, made a phone call to some of you that know this, made a phone call to Angry Man when Angry Man was live. Talked to because Angry Man had him on the phone. Talked to Angry Man for about a good 20, 30 minutes. Then ran to this live stream. So any of you that watch Angry Man, Anton was on Angry Man. Then ran to this other live stream that we're looking at right now, to where he had his head turned all the way turned around. So like I said, it's 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. Why the hell is Mika still there making noise in the background? Toxic women. That's why I keep mentioning there are toxic women out there that will be toxic in this world with a smile, guys. Watch out.
Dirty Mac. This man is married. Dirty Mac Mika?
How you go Dirty Mac, a married woman and a married man?
What?
He tried to Dirty Mac and tried to,
He tried to Dirty Mac. You married, she married. What the hell is this Negro talking about?
I'm saying the nigga know I'm married, nigga know I got shit going on. Luckily for me,
he married and got shit going on. Is Mika the shit he got going on?
I do what the fuck I want to do and I don't worry about that shit.
He does what the F he wants to do and he don't worry about it. That part is true.
Because I got control over my situation. But what if my chick wasn't familiar with the fact that I got a chick out here with me?
Not a coworker.
What's crazy about him gesturing that way, he gesturing towards the restroom Mika is in, taking a shower right now. We'll play some little clips after this. Because I kept hearing somebody in the back room act like an echo, and it sounded like they was in the restroom. Who the fuck else can be in the restroom?
All right, get past these commercials.
Publicaste algunos libros en Amazon y todavía no ves resultados. No eres el único. La mayoría hace lo mismo. Publican, esperan.
You know what I'm saying? She just so happened to be a person that signed to me. So the whole reason why I brought her there was to also mention her and get visibility for her so I can continue to try to blow up her platform. But Corey knew that.
This is where another lie come in. Corey only knew that 5 minutes before the show. The nigga told me personally, you tried to put her in position last minute, which is what issue is arising to why you told her husband, or she may have told her husband something that was never confirmed. So when she didn't get on the show, it was a real issue in her real life. Because he said, I don't know that bitch. I told you.
And this part is obviously true. I did a video yesterday. I think it was yesterday, y'all. It'd be so many damn videos, I'm starting to forget. In that video, Anton admits, but he always admitted that Mika was not, like Corey didn't know she was coming, or maybe he knew she was coming, but he didn't give her permission to appear on his show, okay? That was not something that he had given her, but Anton thinking he can, flex his SpongeBob body, he big at the top and little at the bottom, and it just didn't work out. And maybe it did create a real problem in Mika's life, being that she was gone for 2 days.
You explain, bitch. But the nigga trying to sit up here and lie.
But see, Corey tried to throw salt in the game afterwards and tried to, you know what I'm saying? He was trying to do some dirty shit. I don't fuck with niggas like that. These niggas keep talking about how real they are. They keep talking about all of that type of shit. I would never do that type of shit to a nigga.
Nigga, you did it to JR from the Lapeef Network.
Yes, he did.
And you knew he had a one.
Yes, he did.
And you knew he was fucking the little bitches
Yes,
on the
he
panel.
did.
You started your show. Was it Fight Club or After Hours? You started your show trying to siphon panelists, the same bitches he was fucking on. You was trying to get them hoes on your show. You started dirty macking.
Yep.
That's the real definition. You started dirty macking on Lapeef, stealing his audience, stealing his panelists. And then you start telling everybody he fucking all these bitches that you trying to get to your platform. You most definitely did this to a nigga before. These niggas act like
he ain't lying. Anton even stole, well, I shouldn't say stole, but he really took Lapeef's whole layout. If you go back and watch the Lapeef videos, the same sponsorship that Anton has with that whatever shit he be advertising, that is the same thing that they were doing on Lapeef. So Anton is full of shit.
Yes, he is.
the internet ain't real. These niggas acting like the internet ain't a PS2 memory card, nigga.
I would never try to ruin a nigga relationship. Now he can't ruin my relationship because, again, I'm doing whatever it is that I do, and I don't have no secrets. The fact of the matter is, that's the lamest shit that a nigga can do is try to throw you under the bus, trying to expose you when a nigga get mad and that ain't even got nothing to do with the conversation. Nigga, corny. That's some corny shit, bro. That's some corny shit. When you lose in an argument or you feel some type of way and then you try to do some dirty macking type shit, y'all better watch these niggas that y'all looking up to. These niggas ain't OGs. These niggas is not real. They not OGs. You can look up in their eye and tell that these niggas is not real. They don't even move like real niggas. Real niggas don't do no shit like that. Ever. They never do no junk like that, bro. Shout out to Court, bro.
It's been almost 2 years. You didn't introduce or make an effort to introduce Anton Daniels to your husband. You didn't tell him.
I thought it was just a year. He said almost 2 years. I thought it was just a year. So come to find out that it's been 2 years that she put no effort into introducing her husband to Anton.
You was at the goddamn Detroit sitting courtside NBA game until after the.
Then she goes back and edits a picture. Okay. We're going to get back into this picture because a woman, first of all, this girl is lying. You know, I really wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt, you know, because I get it. It is hard out here. But girl, you are out here being a hoe. You out here being a hoe. This picture right here, where she's sitting up here lying, telling this interviewer that the picture was a such honest picture, all while he's not knowing that she edited the damn photo.
Different. Before they go into that part, shout out to Kings and Dreams being in the building. He says this. He said, Anton, you exposed yourself, my G. He said, when a ninja keeps on having to defend himself, it makes him look guilty as F. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Dave said he talks like cheating on his wife is a flex. That's the part, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something for real. And so a lot of you guys are probably out here like me, right? Number one rule of cheating is what? And I mean, all my dogs at one point in time, we was all out there bad. We all married to beautiful women, very feminine. But when I was married in the States, all of us out there bad. We had dirt on each other back in the day, right? Now, if their wives are watching, they don't know who I'm talking about anyway. But my point is, you keep your mouth shut. My closest dudes, I never brag to. If they weren't there to see it happen, I didn't come back and report to them. If I wasn't there to see it happen, they never reported to me. I don't know all the women they had. They don't know all the women I had. We shut up. Social media has caused some dudes and having a few dollars in their pocket, and we're going to take this international. Once again, if Anton had a passport, he'd be a Pookie, and he would have got scoped by now, right? He'd have got scoped by now. Scopolamine, we probably found him in a coffin in Cartagena somewhere. The best thing for dudes like Anton is to stay in the States. But social media has caused a lot of dudes to get a few dollars in their pocket too, which is nothing wrong with that. The problem is men don't know how to shut the F up no more. The days of men shutting up and not putting your business out there to everybody, it seems like them days are done. Dudes love putting their business out there as if it's a flex to other dudes, as if you invented it. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Never act like you invented the side chick. Never act like you invented the side chick. Never act like you invented the side chick. Stop talking like you just invented something new. Stop talking to us as if we don't know what side chicks are and haven't experienced that life. Stop bragging about it. Keep your mouth shut. It's your business. Keep it your business. But this new generation of dudes with new money and new passports, I'm going to tell y'all something, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. All you dudes that do pay for play, all you dudes that got side chicks, all you dudes that got your main chick, all you dudes that got marriages, all of us. Unless you're sharing that information to encourage somebody else, we really don't care. We don't care how many. I know you like to throw it in the WhatsApp groups. Look at what I got here. Look, we don't care. Like when in 2016, 17, if you were in the Philippines and Thailand and you threw photos up there on WhatsApp, that's cool because you motivating guys to come on down. 2026, you don't need them. It's so many YouTube videos and so many WhatsApp groups with Philippine women and Thai women and women in Japan and other parts of Japan and China. You don't need to throw your videos up there. If you're throwing your videos up there now in 2026, you're just trying to brag and don't nobody care. See, back in 2011, 2010, 2007, wasn't no YouTube videos with brothers in Thailand that much. Maybe just a couple brothers, right? So when you throw your photos of your little Asian chick, everybody like, dang, how you get her, dog? Oh, she got a friend. Oh, dog, I'm coming out to Thailand. Cool. That was then because it was motivating. 2026, you just trying to brag about something that everybody got. Everybody, all of us can do now. We don't care. All you do is that show your photos of your chicks in Brazil. Show them to your boys in the barbershop back home. We don't care none of the dudes that travel like you to Brazil. We don't care nothing about your Brazilian chicks no more. Everybody got them. Colombian chicks, everybody got them. DR chicks, everybody got them. Mexican chicks, everybody got them. Panamanian chicks, everybody got them. European chicks, everybody done had them. I'm going down to Africa. Ethiopian chicks, South African chicks, Kenyan chicks, Ugandan chicks. Everybody been there already. The day of being a man and bragging about having chicks is done. You should have been here before COVID. If you was gonna brag about having women and there wasn't that many dudes that wasn't traveling to those locations, it was cool. Now nobody cares. You look stupid posting those videos of chicks that you partying with in other countries because everybody can do it now. It's nothing new. It doesn't look like, oh, wow, he living his best life. Nobody cares. Oh, yeah, we'll put in the comment section, go ahead, brother, live your best life, man. You doing big things. In real life, we don't care. We don't care. Oh, you young dudes, I'm letting y'all know now, we don't care. You could post you being able to have sex for 50, we don't care. Nobody cares anymore. I mean, I'm hurting a lot of dudes' feelings today. Nobody gives a dang about how many Asian chicks, Blasian chicks that you post. And the last 10 dudes post the same chicks. Oh, my bad, the same chick. What's my point? Fellas, don't be like Anton. Keep your business to yourself. Keep your business to yourself. Anton wouldn't be in this situation if Anton only did one thing. What did I say that Anton need to take lessons with? What did I say Anton need to spend his money on? Anton should take some shut the F up lessons. He should pay for a course that teaches you how the fine art of shutting the F up, didn't I? A week later, not even a week later, his mouth got him in trouble on Corey's. Now all his business is out there, not because he shut up, but because he had been talking so much. Receipts up on receipts up on receipts up on receipts are coming out because Anton was talking too much. See, if Anton was hitting her and acting like he didn't even know her, when none of us had these receipts on Anton. He could be hitting her, just blowing her back out. We wouldn't know nothing. But since Anton's one of those brothers, like I say about dudes with passport, them passport pookies, they act like they ain't never had no fine Latina before. They act like they ain't never had no money before. They body built bad, like Anton. And so you gravitate to toxic women in other countries simply because she's only toxic with a smile. Andre, she not that bad. She just toxic with a smile. This is my main girl. I'm gonna marry her because she's toxic with a smile. So once again, this episode is not about Anton Scandals, who stay in scandals. Anton Scandals. That's what we're gonna be calling him from now on, Anton Scandals. It's not about him. This episode is dedicated to us travelers. Guys, keep your mouth shut. Keep your pictures and your photos and your videos to your dang self. Your flex is not flexing like we could used to flex. Say that again. Your flex is not flexing like we used to flex. Now we like to see dudes on excursions. Now we like to see dudes that's opening up a business. Now we like to see dudes that's getting into serious relationships. Oh man, you were so like everybody's enjoying Austin Holloman and his girl now, right? They've been together for a few months. Seem like they're a really serious couple. And I see Austin views are starting to go up. He's starting to get more serious people to watch his channel. Guys like to see each other evolve, in other words. We started here and now we're over here in life. We like to see the evolution of each other. So if you still are posting photos or bragging about your side chick, dude, nobody cares. When I see brothers like 0 Milligram, right? He's been here only 3-4 months, mastering his Spanish, taking salsa lessons, going to the gym, networking. That's what he does here in Cali. Spanish, salsa, networking, gym. Met all type of beautiful, gorgeous women and has had no issues coming close to getting drugged. How many photos do you think this brother has posted? Not a one. You wouldn't think he was in Cali. You would think he was still in DC. Oh, he's posted like a salsa class. And then when he was with the salsa festival, he went on a date, but he sent me the photo. He didn't post a photo with him and the young lady into the WhatsApp group so all the dudes can be like, ooh, look what you got. Nah, he just, hey, Dre, hey, I'm at the salsa festival. I'm at the Mark Anthony concert with this young lady. And that was it. You know why? Because grown men know how to shut the F up. And people enjoy seeing each other evolve now. So if you ain't doing nothing new, don't nobody care about your photos, man, on WhatsApp anymore. On your YouTube videos, Austin was telling me a few months ago, he said, Dre, I don't know what's going on with my channel. I sat back and I watched his channel for about a good month. And as he's showcasing him and her a lot more, when he shows himself, he gets under 10,000 views per video. Whenever he's with her, he gets over 20 to 30,000 views. Men like to see other men evolve, grow up, get better, improve. We love that about each other. We love to see each other start one area of travel and then evolve to another area of travel. Now, I'm not saying Austin's about to get married tomorrow, but what I'm saying, we can enjoy the evolution of this man. He's not even 30 years old. So it is on WhatsApp. All you do is still showing photos of hot chicks. We give a dang. Half your chicks we done already been with. Don't think you discovered something new in Cartagena. Are you crazy? I got the one. No, bro, that one been got by plenty of dudes. The last thing she is the one. So it is with Anton. Anton, one of them brothers, the safest place for him to be is in the United States. Because if he ever traveled like us, this dude would have been got drugged. He'd have been got drugged. If he let a Mika ain't even the hottest chick. Can you see Anton in Brazil with them fine Brazilians? Could you see him? Could you see Anton in Cartagena with them fine Colombianas, Brazilians, and Venezuelans in Cartagena? Man, they'd have drugged and robbed Anton so fast. Anton would have made it the first 3 days in Cartagena. Why? Because this Anton scandals has a problem. That problem is, outside of his money, he has no confidence in himself. And if I was a fat, short, pudgy dude that's not doing anything about my weight and I talk too much, I will have low self-esteem too. But let's continue on with the video. I kid you guys not, man. Anton scandals, talk too much. It's guys, I kid you not, one of the best things I'm telling you guys going into 2026, deeper into the city, into a year, don't brag about what you're doing. We're going to see it and celebrate it with you anyway. Another brother been down here to Cali umpteen times. I'm seeing his video. I mentioned this last week. I'm seeing the videos that he's posting and the photos that he's sending me, and I can see the glow in that brother. The same glow that we're seeing in Austin, how happy he is with the young lady. I see the same glow with the brother. I called him. I say, hey, what's going on? I saw the videos and the photos with you traveling with Lil Mama. I said, how things? He said, man, I'm so happy, man. I'm at so much peace right now. I said, I can see it. That's why I called you. I can see it. I noticed the evolution taking place. He didn't have to brag about, look at who I got this bad Afro-Colombian chick, and now we try. He didn't have to do all that. I could tell her energy was happy and at peace with him. He's at peace with her. And I'm like, okay, I can see that this is something serious. And I don't mean, and he had his, like many of us, he's had his fun years. He's had his pay for play party going to this country, that country years. But he finally, through travel, met somebody. He said, I'm gonna sit down for a minute, see how this goes. And I can see the difference, just like we can see the difference in Austin a little bit, right? So I called the brother. He didn't have to post photos all over every WhatsApp group and talk about, look what I got. He didn't have to do all that. We as men can see the evolution of each other. We see the evolution of Anton. He's evolving backwards. Anton's life is getting worse and worse and worse. You think his daughter respects, she's in her teens, 17. She's old enough to know when to respect her father for his behavior and when not to respect her father because of his behavior. The wife probably tolerated it as long as the daughter didn't know. The wife probably kept her mouth shut. Now the daughter knows that Anton is out here wilding. People that looked at him as the bag chaser, teaching dudes how to chase bags. Come to find out, every business Anton ever touched outside of YouTube faltered. And it took him 10 years to finally find a niche on YouTube. He found a political Republican niche, and then he stole, allegedly, the concept that him and Lapeef had and said, forget Lapeef, I'm gonna take half of his panel, and I'm gonna create my own channel. But that took him 10 years. You go back. Man, Anton was walking on, dude. Back in 2016, 17, Anton was walking around with signs talking about, I'll give you $1 for a hug. Anton was walking around in chicken suits trying to blow up on YouTube. Y'all go back to the old end, y'all can pull it up. What's my point? Attacking Anton? Nope. Mika? Nope. I don't care nothing about them people. I care about us. I care about us not allowing beautiful, toxic women to use, delete, scam us with a smile. And that's what Mika's doing. She's about to do that right now. That woman knew that she doctored that photo. She knew. That's the part. This guy in the blue suit, she's sitting right in front of this guy. She's sitting right in front of this guy who's supposed to be a family friend. He knows Mika. He knows Mika. He's about to bring up the photo. And what does she do in front of a family man, a family friend that knows her man, who's been out to lunch with her husband, who's shaking hands with her husband? He was on another show with Mika, and the husband was there sometime when they were filming. This man in the blue suit knows Mika, if only as a co-worker and as a close colleague. And Mika still looked that man dead in his face, told a bare-faced lie about that photo, did not tell that man that that photo was doctored. Let's look at it. It's a dang shame.
Yes. And that person is also a male, all right? And we have a working relationship, and it's the same exact type of picture.
But here's the disrespect. This is a married man that you are physically leaning into.
I'm not leaning into.
That to me,
I'm not leaning into.
To me, and here's my perspective of it. There's a gap between it, but I'm looking at.
Let's go back for a second. Let's look at the photo. Let's look at the photo because you need to see this. Let's let her talk.
I'm not leaning into.
That to me,
I'm not leaning into.
To me, and
look at that photo. What's missing in the photo? It's like a Where's Waldo. What's missing in that photo? Look at Mika's waist. Look at the lower part of Mika's waist in the back. She's looking at her friend's face, and she took the image of his hand around her waist. She's not only leaning on him, his hand is around her waist, and she's talking about, well, there's a gap. Kofa says this. He said, Anton would F that up immediately. Yep. Just to show he got money. I've said it once, and I'll say it again. Anton is who people say short men with money are. Sad but true. Feel like they got to prove a point. Shout out to you, brother. Let's pull up. Now, looking at the image of Anton. Shout out to International Quiet Storm. I'm about to pull up this image for you guys. We looked at it the other day. Okay, there we go. Anton's hand is back around the waist. I told you I got the receipts. You see how I pulled up the one for that's still now. This photo, this original photo, she's deleted from her Instagram. It's deleted. You can't find this photo. I had to look for this photo, this original photo. International Quiet Storm says this. He say, Dre, I'll say the quiet part out loud. Anton is gonna do what he do. This is so true, without a doubt. The problem I have is with the husband. That's what tonight's topic is about. I'm glad that you mentioned that as well, because I could care less about Anton, Corey, or Mika in this scenario. I'm thinking about what is wrong with the husband. Why is what's considered a good man loving toxic women? Why do we like women that are beautiful but are gonna put us through this type of hell that she's putting her husband through? Why do we like these type of women? We do this nationally and we do this internationally. We got dudes that are literally getting married to pay for plays, literally across the world. Dudes literally getting off the plane telling pay for play chicks, I love you so much. She's told you, I have 50 other clients outside of you. And you still want to get on one knee and put a ring on it. Why do we do this? He said, I have a problem with my problem I have is with the husband. The second she steps on the plane is the first time I would have been at the lawyer's office. I mean, I've been calling up a lead attorney for some advice. Disrespect is irreversible. Absolutely correct. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you for support. So let's go back to the video. I just wanted to show you guys that photo. Let me bring this video back up and see your hand. You see the hand disappears. You see the hand disappears. That hand over here is gone. It's gone. So let's continue.
Here's my perspective of it. There's a gap between it, but I'm looking at how you have a smile on your face. This is just my perspective. Your eyes look seductive. Just my perspective. And your arm is relaxed on his upper shoulder.
Correct.
And
now this, again, he doesn't even know the real story. This right here is the real story. This is the real picture. Anton's hand around this woman's waist. She edited the picture, y'all. She edited the entire picture.
La mayoría de los infoproductos no fracasan porque sean malos, fracasan porque están mal ordenados. Buen conocimiento, buenas ideas.
You attempted to edit Anton Daniels' hand off your ass and present it to Talk Perspective. You at a hotel room with this nigga at 2 to 3 a.m. in the morning. You couldn't acknowledge the fact Anton was flirting with you on camera, which means you was being deceptive on his goddamn behavior. You have never talked about your husband ever online. And I'm not even...
Now listen, the people who run these panels and stuff or watch the panels, they all say the same thing. It's people that watch that damn panel show every night. They said Mika ain't never. And listen, when I see Mika and I have saw her, just from doing research on Anton, I would never think that she was married. She does not carry herself like a married woman. A married woman wants people to know so that people can leave them the hell alone. Because if you know that I'm married, you know that I'm taken. Don't try to bullshit. Mika has never given that off. She has never given that off. Mika was gonna pound her way to wherever it was she was trying to go. And that's on facts.
I'm mad at you for not showing your family online. I can understand that. But to never talk about your husband, not even in a good light, that says a lot. Or maybe he just a fucked up nigga. And maybe everything you done is warranted. Because Anton's wife clearly don't give a fuck.
Anton's wife clearly don't give a... Y'all already know the rest of that. Now, what I want to jump into, let's jump into the rest of the Talk Perspective interview where she is trying to fight for her life and explain something that she really can't explain, because now that I know she edited that picture, I don't give her any grace for this interview. And all she was doing was, I believe, to further clout chase. Mika is a horrible individual. And if I was that man, I would divorce this hoe and move on with my life, because this.
Did she just lie? Did the sister just lie? That's where we're going to end that with the foundation, because the first hour we just were laying a foundation of men being with toxic women, good, decent dudes being with toxic women. She said, if I was that man, I would go ahead and file that divorce. This woman is evil. This woman is not right. In other words, based on the title of this live stream, she's toxic, with a smile. With a smile. What's my point? My point is this. Her husband ain't going nowhere. Just like Anton's wife is not going anywhere. This is not these people's first rodeo with their spouses. It's ours. You know, if you've noticed that Anton doesn't talk about the church or being with Jesus, right-hand man, and quoting the Bible, and I'm a Christian. You notice he doesn't do any of that anymore. All of a sudden, he doesn't know God anymore because it's not profitable. See, when he came across as the Christian married man, it was profitable. Now he doesn't have to hide that facade of being a faithful Christian anymore. You don't have to hide that anymore. He can be who he wants to be. What's my point in saying all that? That, guys, we're going to have to be careful when we go to these countries. Don't think that beauty means that she's a good woman. You are some great guys, man. And I mean that. I'm not saying that flippantly. You are some great men. You take care of your responsibilities. You worked for whatever you have. Good days happen, bad days happen. Days you got money, days you don't have money. Some days you feel healthy, some days you don't feel healthy. But at the end of the day, you're some good men. And I mean that. You do not deserve to get on a plane, land in a country, any country, and end up with a Mika. Toxic with a smile. Toxic with a smile. Let's go to our next video, but shout to Kings and Dreams. He says this: Mika has proven that men must be leaders and breadwinners in relationships, marriages, because she clearly doesn't respect him. And we know why. Absolutely correct, brother. Absolutely correct. That's a good point. Yeah, he like Kirk Franklin. Seriously. He said one thing that I can say that Mika turns to eat, because Anton and Corey, yep, she's eating off of this, have ate off of that beef for about a month. Absolutely correct. Somebody told me the other day Mika's channel and her presence is going to blow up because of this, and I can agree with that. Hate it for her husband, though. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Let's go to our next video. Let's remove this one and let's go on to our next video.
If you're only advised, only trained, only conditioned to deal with bad women, what exactly is that preparing you for?
Once again, he asks if you're only trained, only prepared to be with bad women. And the brother who's speaking is Mr. Pro For You of the YouTube channel Love, Purpose, and Passports. Shout out to him and his wonderful wife that's in DR. Amazing, amazing couple. Make sure you subscribe to their YouTube channel. I'm going to be dropping the link tonight to their channel. Mr. Pro For You says this. I'm going to let him repeat it. Let me get out of the way.
Check this out. If you're only advised, only trained, only conditioned to deal with bad women, what exactly is that preparing you for?
And it's me and your homeboy.
Let's talk about it. So, ladies, if you look at your man's profile and look at the girls he follows, pictures he like, he's really telling you the type of women that he like. And most of the time, y'all don't be the type of women that they like. They just settle for y'all because y'all either close to it or y'all acceptable. But y'all not top tier to them. Like, those are the girls who they really want, but they can't have, so they're considered fantasy girls. So instead of having them in real life, they just like their pictures and stalk their pages. I had one person who told me that he even went to the extreme of like when he was doing a do with his girl, he was visualizing them girls because that's what he really want. At that point, it was really weird when he said that, but yeah, a lot of dudes just be settling for y'all. Like, y'all don't really be the girl that they want. I just be the girl that's available. Sorry, I couldn't get that out. I'm tongue twisted today. But y'all not gonna listen to me.
You what? A lot of dudes, they go after the toxic girl, right? The bad girls, you know what I mean? Even though they may not want to admit it, and they may want to admit that, oh, I just go for good girls, you know, I need me a good woman, whatever. Look, man, we all know that don't be the case. Because there be plenty of good women out here, you know what I'm saying, that's willing to submit this and that. But I'm going to be honest, man, a lot of dudes, they like to challenge. They like to challenge too. And the sex be bomb, it be crazy, it be getting them hooked. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, they like that toxicity. Okay, you know, I'm just gonna keep it a buck. It's more fun. It's not boring. Like, a lot of dudes want to say that because there are a lot of good women out here. You know what I'm saying? But they don't really be that dude's type like that. Probably physically and, you know, maybe even mentally, emotionally, right? Even though mentally and emotionally, this girl got him on a roller coaster. So really, it kind of do boil down to them being this guy's type. This toxic girl, woman is this guy's type. That's why they deal with that type of woman, right? And they don't settle down with the girl that they know they can take home to mama.
If you found, before he goes any further, is that true? Can a woman be your type and be toxic? Because we know that a woman can be your type, the type of look that you like, type of height, type of personality, type of everything, and yet be the good woman when we travel. So can a woman be your type and yet be toxic with a smile because she's your type? Anton Scandals, his wife is a tall chocolate sister. Shout out to the chocolate sisters. From what I hear from Mika, she's a wonderful woman. That's Anton's type in a good woman. Mika, the Latina, Becky with the good hair, with the curves that work your nerves, probably speaks Spanish fluently. That's his type. But she's toxic with a smile. Once again, tonight's episode is dedicated to us men when we travel, making sure that we don't make the mistake of giving too much time. Now, we all are going to meet some good women, bad women on our journey through life. That's just a given, right? We already know this. You're going to meet some good ones. You're going to meet some ones that you just, I smashed, but I'm out after you smashed. So that happens. But the question remains, are you giving too much time to this toxic woman because she's toxic with a smile? Instead of getting rid of her in 9 days, why are you with her 9 months later? Your Brazilian chick, your Colombiana. You know she's toxic. She knows she's toxic. It's been 9 months. You were only supposed to smash her for 9 days. Oh, she's toxic with a smile. So because she's not threatening, because she's not dangerous, because she doesn't come across as self-centered or demonstrative, you assume that you can hide her toxicity from the rest of the guys. Oh, you see how toxic your woman is. But you could throw photos on in the Facebook groups and she doesn't look toxic because she's toxic with a smile. She doesn't look or behave dangerous. So you can introduce her to us. Andre, so-and-so, so-and-so, Andre, and Andrea. And you keep her around and you allow her to do things like Mika over and over again, because you are patient, as my brother said earlier, with a toxic woman because she's beautiful or sexy or gives good sex, that if she was not giving you good sex and she was not sexy, you would have got rid of her in 9 days instead of keeping her around 9 months. Some of us, we don't realize we're doing it either. Let me scroll down to my brother, Black Aladdin in the building. Glad to see you here, brother. He said, I'm a traveling will expose a man's character. Yeah, traveling will expose a man's character. He said, I started traveling overseas. He said 23, 2017. He said, now I post once a year. He said, it's normal now in regards to the traveling. He said, and I can spot someone that just started traveling getting that coochie. Yes, we can. We can tell dudes that act like they ain't never had no sex before. They never had a Latina before. You could tell. Come on, T-Mac, all you guys, all you military guys, you could tell when a dude ain't never had no German or no Eastern European coochie. You could tell how dudes act. You could tell when a dude ain't never in his life ever had no Asian coochie. And the first time he got some Asian, you could tell when a dude ain't never had a Latina, no Dominican, no Brazilian, no Colombiana, no, his city, there ain't that many Latin chicks. And when he gets to the Latin country, you can tell he ain't never had no Mexican coochie a day in his life. For all you guys that think we can't see your naiveness, we can. I'm gonna say that again. All you guys that assume that we can't tell that you act like you ain't never had no coochie before, we can tell. We just don't say nothing because it ain't none of our business. I'm gonna say this again. Never assume that men, because we're not like women talk about everything and tell all the business. Just because us men don't say something about how you're acting doesn't mean we don't see how you're acting. We just stay out of it because it ain't none of our business. Hey, if that's how you want to act, as long as it's not dangerous, it's not getting you any physical trouble, hey, who am I to open up my mouth? That's your mind, that's your money, you're a grown man, she grown too. Hey, if you like a toxic woman with a smile, so be it. But don't you ever in your life assume that we don't see what the heck is going on. Don't ever assume that we can't see. You don't know what the heck you're doing. Don't you ever think that you bringing a woman in our face and we cannot tell that she is toxic. You know how many guys have brought women that are toxic with a smile into my face? Just me. Yeah, I don't know why y'all think that y'all could bring women that, and I say this for 7 years on the show, do not bring ain't-ish women to me and introduce her as if she the one. I can see everything about her. I have been with enough women in my life, like a lot of you guys have. Many of us guys, when we get older, we can read women in milliseconds to where it may take some of you younger brothers maybe a day or two. It'll take you a day or two to kind of like, dude, some of us older dudes, our spidey senses are so fast when it comes to women. We could tell you, yes, no, 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 yes, no, no, yes to those two, no to that one. In seconds. The only men that get got, you ready? That's older dudes, the ones that want to get got. Anytime you see an older dude get scammed, it's because he wanted to allow that scam to take place. Well, why would he? Because she was toxic with a smile. She was toxic with a smile. And so he said, okay, cool. Kid you not. Kid you not. Let's go back to the video.
Doubt that your stance on women eliminates you from having a good relationship with a good woman, would you change? And I ask that because I think there's so many men giving advice on women right now that it's becoming hard to decipher who's telling you what you need to hear to get where you actually want to be. Have you noticed most men giving relationship advice these days are teaching you how to deal with bad women?
This era of women are arduous to be around. There's no joy. Every woman want to be a bad bitch, right? And it feels laborious being around.
When you say they just want to be a bad bitch, what does that mean? Like,
the prima donna attitude is not attractive to men. That, oh, I'm a prima donna and that is arduous. We don't want to deal with that. Can we just have fun? Can you just be regular? For God's sake, can you not set your camera up? We're just eating grits. Like it's too much. Just be regular. Men are not enjoying women anymore because
what if
for the most part, y'all not enjoyable. You're not enjoyable.
Damn.
Being a content creator could be what you do, not who you are. Let it be because it's who you are, then no wonder you can't keep a man because your personality has no dynamics to it.
So you feel like there's not a lot of like fun women anymore?
It doesn't appear to be that way. They're all prima donnas. They're all just prancing and posing all the time. And that's not fun for a man.
I've said it before. I'll say it 1,000 more times. Every woman wants a bad boy who's only good for her, and every guy wants a good girl who's only bad for him. That's the nature of our biology. I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me. I didn't create us.
Thank you very much, International Quiet Storm. Make sure we subscribe to these 2 YouTube channels that are up here right now. First one is Love, Purpose, and Passports. Great YouTube channel. Let me pull them up on the screen. Let me add them to the screen for a second. Let me remove this one and let me add them to the screen. Him and his wife has great content, guys. Really, really great content. If you're looking, and this is in DR, they are proof that you can find good women in DR. They were a long distance couple back and forth for almost 7 years. Almost 7 years of him living back and forth to DR, Santo Domingo. Great, great couple. They've been on YouTube the past couple of years. They've got a lot of great footage. They do great consultations. They got great tours throughout the country. They always showcasing places in DR that most of us have never even knew existed in DR. They post these locations. And so they always got great advice on how to, like right now, they talk about romance scams in DR. That's one of them. How to test, is a woman testing you? The vulnerable brothers. They talk about the vulnerable brothers that are out there. So make sure you subscribe to their channel. I kid you not, man. Really, really great content. Yes, sir. They do love their subscribers. Yes, sir. And they deserve more. So we got 84 in the building. Make sure that you guys subscribe to their channel. Click that link that our brother just had up there. As well as make sure you guys subscribe to our brother Kings and Dreams on YouTube. He always has great content. Always got great content. So make sure you guys subscribe to his channel as well. Let's get back to the video. Let me add the video back to the stage.
As creatures, okay?
Every woman wants a bad boy, only good for her. And every man wants a good girl who's only bad for him.
Don't you ever forget that, gentlemen. Don't you ever forget that quote. Every woman wants a bad boy that's only willing to be good for or to her. Every woman wants a woman wants a man that's got that edginess, that strong masculinity, that even that quiet storm type of dude. He don't say too much, but hey, that's my man right there. Every woman wants a bad boy who can own. Everybody wants the Kong, the King Kong. Every woman wants one that they can control, that nobody can control that Kong but her. Every woman. For us men, every man wants a good woman that is only a bad girl for him. Yeah, you want her to be good in public. You want her to be respectful. You want her to be loyal. You want her to be loving. You want her to be a great mom, but you want her to be a freak for you. Flirtatious to you. Sexy for you. Every man, I don't know one man that doesn't want his woman to have that little edginess about her, but for him. And that's how it is. And it'll never change. And you can fight it and try to pretend you don't want your woman to look good. I know dudes that, you know, in South America, they don't like their women to go to the gym too much sometimes, or they don't like their woman to put on something that is fashionable. Like Andrea is always fashionable. Always look like she stepped out of somebody's magazine. To go to the grocery store, sometimes I got to dress like this to go to the grocery store because I'm walking next to her. True story. But that's what I asked for. I didn't ask for somebody that's in a bonnet. So if you want somebody that's going to be a bad girl or a sexy woman or a sexual woman, yeah, we all want them. We just want them to be like that for us, not for everybody. Let's continue on.
I think to some sort of respect, men love toxic women as well, bro.
No way, bro.
Trust me, they do.
Oh, I know some cases do.
To some sort of respect, yes, they do, bro. Love the fuck chase. They love the woman that they can't get, the woman that gives them fuck all. Even with us, yeah, a girl that puts it on a plate, you don't even care.
I agree, because I was chatting to someone who's a bit toxic. I was still in my fucking head in, but I just kept chatting to her because it was just fun.
Nah, don't like toxic.
It depends on the level of toxicity that she's bringing to the table. But a woman that's hot and cold give you a little bit, and you're like, why hasn't this woman messaged me? You've done it. We've all done it. Why hasn't she messaged? Like, the chat was going so well. She's a rocket. Where's she gone? Oh, she's messaged. Yes. Day's going better. Oh, she's gone quiet again. And then you eventually get her or you don't. There's that level of toxicity in there because she knows you're hooked. She knows how to fucking play the game against you because she looks a way, and we've been played our own game. Guys get played at their own game all the fucking time.
I think it's hard for the players now, though.
It is, but it depends on the level of man. But again, I'm saying there are some women that know how to play the game, that have that level of toxic that men like as well. Trust me, watch both ways.
Why do we need to learn how to deal with bad women? Why are we more interested in learning how to deal with bad women? Why are we more attracted to hearing about bad women? And when I ask these questions, don't think I don't understand that we need to know how to protect ourselves from deceitful women. We do, but that's not advanced information. We've already learned how to recognize and how to deal with these women over and over and over again.
What do toxic women do to test men?
To be honest, I don't respect women who do this. And whoever is listening, if you're doing this, you really need to seek help because this is not normal behavior. Women who go out with their men and then do things to get the man jealous on purpose. It's like disrespectful to the man, to his lineage, to his masculinity. You're literally demasculating man and you're cheap. That's all I can say for the woman. You're cheap. You can test him in so many ways. That's not a way to test a man. I hope every man fails that test because he's not meant to be with that woman.
Because you're worried about why do these men go for toxic women. You need to appreciate the fact that he's showing you the type of woman that he actually likes because he may find comfort in toxicity. And so if he finds comfort in toxicity, it doesn't matter what it is that you do. If you're not toxic, if you don't have these unruly behaviors, he won't find comfort in you.
Keita makes a good point. Shout out to Keita and her long eyelashes, right? There are those of us who got passports and we love to travel and we like the women and things like that. And we like the countrysides and all that, right? There's another thing that we never talk about when it comes to travel. Some of us are more comfortable with toxicity than peace. We want peace. We enjoy peace. We want to be respected. We enjoy respect. We want her to be loyal. I don't care what country she's from. If she's loyal or they're loyal, let's say you got 2 or 3. If they're loyal, if they bring you peace, no matter what country, that's what we want. No, it's not. I can say that's what we want, but for many of us men, especially us men of color, We weren't raised around that. That's why we screw it up in other countries. I wasn't raised around a mother of peace. I was raised around switches, belts, extension cords, smacks. I was raised by a mother that raised her voice all the time. Black women often say the stress of being a single mother is on her shoulders. False. The stress of being a single mother is put on the children's unexpected, unasked for shoulders. You ever see single mothers that if they get upset with the price of that they have to pay for a particular thing, the kid can say the smallest thing, mama, she turns around and snaps on the kid. The kid just said mama. But because she was doing something right here, a transaction, and she didn't like the price of that or the scenario that was going on, in other words, she took her stress and transferred that energy, which cannot be destroyed. Energy, as we all know, cannot be destroyed. She transferred that negative energy to the child. A lot of times we as Black men took on the stress that our single mothers were going through. They transferred that energy to us. We became successful in business and careers and jobs and so forth. And, you know, we didn't look at as much of anything. Hey, my mom was snapping on me. Your mom was snapping on you. His mom was. And we looked at it like, hey, it was part of the community growing up with single mothers. Until we hit like 30, 40, 50 years old. And we find it very hard to be with women that bring the peace, the loyalty, the respect that we claim that we want to have. So then we get a passport and we go to other countries because it wasn't working at home. So maybe it'll work in another country. And I still see men that fall in love with the pay-for-play ladies of the nights, the beautiful bottom feeder women, the women that are scamming women, the women that are drugging dudes. They fall in love with them. Why? Because these women are the opposite of what these men are saying. They say they want loyalty, they want cooperation, they want respect, and they want peace. They say it, but when they land on the plane, most of the dudes that we're coming across are comfortable with the exact opposite. They're comfortable with the type of women that remind them of their childhood. Chaotic. Now, some of us could say, well, my mother wasn't like that. I got you. You were fortunate, especially in the Black community. But as for the rest of us mere mortals, we have to purposely change the dynamic of what we're comfortable with. I'll say that again. Let's just talk about Andre. I had to become comfortable being around educated, happy, peaceful, quiet, submissive, supportive, loyal, respectful women. My mom didn't come across like that. My sister at one point in time, now she's different, didn't come across like that. My aunties, none of them are married, didn't come across like that, except for one. Co-workers, all of them came across with toxicity, even with a smile. So that's what I was used to. Some of us are used to women that's sassy and them just sisters, man. That's how they act with the neck and all that. We're used to that. We're used to women raising. We're used to women saying, calling dude. Now the new thing is calling men the B word. We're used to that. Why? Because that's what mom did sometimes. She called us words. Your little mother. Get your dumb. You mother. If you don't get your, we're used to that. So when we come across good women in these other countries, like we did in the States, it befuddles us. We kind of like, what? We're lost when it comes to good women. So some of you guys that are traveling to other countries, I got news for you. It doesn't matter how much money you throw at it. I want to say it again. It doesn't matter how much money you throw at it until you come to the conclusion that you are serious by actions that you want to respectful. Like I said, it could be 1, 2, 3, no matter how many women you have, as long as they're respectful, peaceful, supportive, submissive, and so forth and so forth. Until you become comfortable with that, I don't care how much you want it. I don't care how much money you throw at it on the wall, it ain't gonna happen. You're gonna run right back to pay for play. You're gonna run right back to them barrios in zone 1. You're gonna run back to them favela chicks. You're gonna run right back to them chicks, the European ghetto chicks. You're gonna run right back to the broke area, the chicks that come from the brokest area of Thailand. You're gonna do it. I'm gonna say this again. Don't think you aren't, you are. Because we're all children of what? Habit. And some of us have to admit, as we hit 30, 40, 50, let's talk about Andre. I had to break the habits of how I saw women before I could find the right woman. I had to break the habits of how I saw women before I could find the right woman. Some of you guys think you broke the habit just because you got married. That's why we got divorces, right? Because we thought we chose the right one. Come to find out, she wasn't the right one. So I had to decide, okay, if that first marriage was not, because I'm not doing 3 marriages. So if that first one didn't work out, what's the lesson of it? Andre, she was wrong. No. Maybe how you chose that person, you chose the wrong one based off of the historical habits, Andre, that you've picked up of how you see women. So I had to make some changes and some shifts. I had to go to therapy and all that stuff just to make sure that, okay, how I see women from now on is not the way that the women that I saw growing up. Because those same women now, and they now exist, and now they got cell phones and they got TikTok accounts. It was one thing when these women were mouthy in our house and in our school and at work. Now they're mouthy all over social media and you can't shut them up. The same women that were your sister just talking crazy at home and your mama just talking crazy at home, now they've got microphones and YouTube channels. What's my point? I believe that you men deserve the best. And I don't think toxic women that are toxic with a smile are the best that you deserve. I believe you men deserve the best. That's why I'm such an advocate of when I see dudes be like, well, I'm gonna get with a woman and she got kids. Is that the best? On what planet in human history is, let's be real. We're talking about best for you guys. You guys didn't get on the plane to get with average, right? You got on the plane to see if you can get with the best. And then the best doesn't necessarily mean the richest, because you got riches within. You telling me getting on a plane, as much as we complain about baby mamas in the United States, you gonna get on a plane and go to DR and get with a baby mama. Is that the best? See, if you're a guy that doesn't complain about being with baby mamas, okay, cool. Go to another country, get with a baby mama. That's cool. You all right with it. You know what it is. It is what it is, right? But if you're one of those guys like me, that's like, no, I'm not doing that. While you were in the States, I would be contradicting myself. I would be the house of hypocrites if I came to Colombia and I married a baby mama, knowing I was not going to do that in the United States. My point is that we are going to have to make decisions that counteract the women or the atmosphere in which we were raised in sometimes. And until we realize that, you might end up with somebody that reminds you of your mama or your sister or your cousin with that mouth. I know some of y'all can't go no. I know dudes right now. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I know dudes right now in Colombia in relationship with Colombianas right now. You would think that she was in the States and he was in the States. She talked to him like stateside women. She correct him like stateside women. He can't get nothing right just like the stateside women see them. And I mean that. Dudes that are here right now in Colombia. He must be a lame. Nope. He's just comfortable with toxicity like many of us were at one point in time. Let's hear what Dave has to say. Shout out to David. David says, hey, I'm truly sorry for what I'm going to say, but I respect you, Dre, and Chat Brothers. He say, but respectfully, I can't see myself with a sister in the States. I concur. I concur. You preach it to the choir. He said, or overseas, peace must be. He said, peace is a must and respect. He said, I've seen it done too much dealing with sisters. Absolutely correct. I agree with you 1,000%, Dave. Shout out to you for the $20 love. I agree with you 1,000. There is no way I'm going to get on a plane, fly thousands of miles to be disrespectful, to be disrespected, or disrespectful, to not have peace, to not have somebody that's supportive or understanding. I'm not doing that. I mean that. There is no way I could do that. First, I'm too old to be acting like that. And some of you guys are too. But toxic women are only good for a short time, man. They're only good for a short time. It doesn't get better. I'm gonna say this again before we go back to the video. Being with toxic women never gets better. It just gets bitter. Ever. I don't care how fine she is. I don't care how sexy she is. I don't care how much money you got in your bank account. Being with a toxic woman, even a toxic woman with a smile, never gets better. I don't know why men think she'll change for me, because we like to challenge, right? She'll change for me, Dre. You don't know what you're talking about. She'll change for me. I've seen guys literally tell pay-for-play women, I will pay you monthly. How much do you make? $3,000? I will pay you $5,000. How much do you make? $2,000? I will pay you $3,000. How much do you make? $1,000? I'll pay you $1,000. I'll pay you $1,500, $1,200. I mean, $2,000 a month, as long as you don't sell that coochie. And some of you guys in the comment section, if I asked you, have you ever heard of that being done before? I bet you could put ones in the comment section. We've all heard of dudes doing that. I will pay you not to sell your coochie. I will pay you not to sell your coochie. I have never heard the woman that stopped selling her coochie. They kept selling it. They like the adrenaline of it. They like the enjoyment of meeting new people from around them, new guys from different parts of the world. They like being in different Airbnbs. You keep forgetting about that part. See, y'all think that being a pay-for-play is in Colombia or in Brazil or in the Philippines is all about the body part. I want you to stop giving away your body part. No, you're saying to her, guys, who fall in love with pay-for-play, I want you to stop being in these exclusive hotels. These beautiful hotel suites with rooms looking over the beach. You're telling her, I want you to stop meeting all these guys that are showering you with compliments and enjoying your body, if only for an hour. And look, and different guys of different heights, different sizes, different complexion, different parts of the world, enjoying your presence. I want you to stop going to these nice hotels and these nice dinner spots and receiving gifts. I want you to stop doing that. Do you think that your little measly $1,000 a month that you send her gonna tell her that she needs to stop sleeping in Airbnbs with the 22-inch Posturepedic mattress, getting up in the morning, cooking for another man who has a refrigerator full of food in his Airbnb? His Airbnb looks over the ocean in Cartagena, and you telling her to give that up for $1,000. And every time she get clients that come in, they bring her a little gift here, a little gift there, not including the tips that she gets, not including the dudes that she got on call just in case of emergencies. Daddy, Papacito, I need this because of this, that, and that. Now you want her to give up all that for your little measly $1,000 or $2,000 a month that you gonna give her. You think you doing something? She gonna take your $2,000 because she's toxic with a smile, and she gonna still be out in them streets. Let's continue on. Some of the best restaurants, new clothes, hotels. You guys be getting some of the best hotel. You guys be getting paid for players to come up to the Intercontinental in Cartagena. Some of the best hotels in Brazil, in Rio, you've invited women up to. Some of the best villas and resorts in Sosua, you've invited women to. You think they're going to give that up because you give up a measly $1,000 a month? Baby, I'm going to send you $1,000 a month in Western Union. Please, baby, please, please, baby, 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 please, baby, baby, please, baby, 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 please stop selling that coochie. You are not telling her to stop selling that coochie. There is so much that come along with selling that coochie that she is not walking away from. You think it's the sex. And then this is the part that hurts a lot of you dudes' feelings. Did you ever think that she just liked orgasms from different dudes? Did you ever just stop to think, just like you like sex from different women, that she might like sex with different dudes? Did you ever think that some women are like, listen, I'm good at sex because I like sex? Did you ever think about that one? So you want her to give up something that she really, really likes. See, you think she's a poor little girl out there, poor little woman out there. She doesn't have an education. She's got 2 kids and a grandmother that she's taking care of. And all of a sudden, the violin started playing. And all she needs is somebody that believes in her. If she only had somebody to come along from another country that believes in her. And all of a sudden the orchestra is playing in the back while you playing the violin. I'll do it. I'll be the one that believes her. I'll be Captain Save-Her-All. I have yet to meet a guy that fell in love with a paper play and is working out right. I know a couple of dudes that marry paper plays, but the verdict is still out. The verdict is still out. Let's go back to the video, gentlemen. Keita is right. There are some dudes that enjoy the life of toxic women because their mama was toxic, their auntie was toxic, their grandmama was toxic, their first 3 girlfriends were toxic, school teachers talking to black men crazy, they toxic. Come on, black men. You done had some school teachers that talk reckless to you like, I had one teacher told me this. She said, I've never passed to Andre, and I'll never pass to Andre. My history teacher, 11th grade, she told me I have never passed to Andre in my class, and I don't plan on ever passing to Andre. How do you think that makes me feel as a student named Andre? As she looks me in my face to tell me this. You've had to deal with toxicity even all the way through high school, all the way through college. You're driving in your community, you have to deal with toxicity. We are born and raised, many of us were born into toxic communities. And you think that all of a sudden you're just gonna meet a madam, just a wonderful woman that just got your back and you don't have to make any adjustments. You just had to have some money and have a passport. It doesn't work like that, gentlemen. Some of us are still attracted to toxicity, even sometimes in other countries.
So appreciate the fact that he's showing you exactly who it is that he wants. Don't worry about who it is that he's going to. If you know that you are a good woman in your heart, if you know that you're not a toxic person, there is a man out there that who will find love and comfort in you. It's so the problem is that in that toxicity, that's a screamer. If you see that a man goes for a woman who's toxic, it's screaming a lot about him because he may identify love as pain. So if you don't bring pain into the relationship, he may question if you actually love him. If he doesn't have chaos, he may not be able to attach security with you not creating chaos. He may find security in chaos because he may have come from a household where he got screamed at or yelled at or he's seen chaos or abuse. And if you don't give that, he may always question if you actually love him, if he's worthy of the love that you give. So appreciate that. Just ask yourself, where is it a man who actually will love me for being who I am, not having to be pretentious and be toxic for love. The biggest issue is not that person, it's you, okay? If you
That's a good one, IMF. That's a good one.
are still attracting people who are toxic, maybe you need to look within yourself and see why you're still attracting that type of person.
He said the she Gandalf for all of the Lord of the Rings fans. You shall not pass. Absolutely correct.
So, is that we keep choosing to deal with bad women, or do we keep getting tricked by bad women? Neither question has a good answer. But here we are. Are we attracted to bad women, or are we attracting bad women? We're constantly being fed information about these kinds of women. We want to hear the stories about them. We want to hear the adventures, the chaos, the crash outs. We're not even interested in hearing about good women anymore. Because the cool but unsuccessful relationship men that came before you told unsuccessful stories with the I'm cool and rich now, so it won't happen again solution. They literally told us there aren't any good ones. And the ones that they thought were good during their journey were actually bad. And it's not so much that we believe them. It's that we got inundated with bad stories about women and relationships.
Question. So the dude who took you out the strip club.
Yes.
That was happy wife, happy life. I'm a dude for this woman.
Yeah.
And you still went out your way to do something he didn't want you to do.
Well, so
Did you or did you not?
Did we not talk about this scenario just a second ago? You guys rescuing women that don't want to be rescued. I'll say this again. Bro, let me make some clear, because I know I can hear you guys' minds churning. It's not about her not being loyal. These pros ain't loyal. Ain't about her not being loyal. It's about us men stop lying. Us good men. That's the part. Pookie and Ray Ray, we expect them to do some stupid stuff. Nook Nook, Paw, the old man of Pookie and Ray Ray, the father of Pookie and Ray Ray. We expect Paw to do some stupid stuff. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about you men and myself. We got to come to a conclusion. We can't save everybody on the Titanic. You got to stop going out there trying to look for a chick to save. A chick to rescue. We're too old for trying to rescue everybody. Volunteer in the community? Check. Donate? Check. Help people out? Check. Rescue pay-for-plays and streetwalkers and strippers and OnlyFans? No check marks. A lot of times we try to rescue women because it makes us feel good. I'll say that again. You didn't rescue her for her. You rescue her because it made you feel good to rescue somebody. I've said this in the past. A lot of times life comes down hard on us while we're in the States. The stresses of everyday life. Nobody's telling men that you're doing a good job. No pat on the back. For a lot of us, you've been working hard. No pat on the back in years. Your kids haven't given you a pat on the back and they're in their 30s. Been a long time since you gotten a pat on the back. Your ex-wife, of course, she's not going to give you a pat on the back. Your boss, co-worker, you don't get no pat on the back. You walk throughout the United States for almost 40, 50 years, and nobody's giving you a pat on the back in about a good 20 years. Then you come to another country and you see a woman, gorgeous, funny, sexy. And you give her an extra 100,000 pesos. And she is hugging you, and she looks like she's ready to cry. She's a pay for play. She only asked for 100,000 pesos. You gave her 2. And she is acting like you just gave her a Willy Wonka ticket. And it made you feel so good that you did it again the next day or the next pay for play. Well, Dre, it's only money. Not for you. It's feelings. See, it's gone from just being money for many of us or transactions for many of us. Now, I'm not talking about all of us, but I'm talking about some of us. And you know who I'm talking to. For some of us, it's gone from being a transaction to I'm with these women because they make me feel. And back home in the States, they don't make me feel. So I'm willing to pay a little extra if a woman can make me feel. And that's the problem with a lot of us. Instead of getting with the decent women in these countries that can make you feel, we'd rather not only do the pay for play, but also give her some extra dollars because those extra dollars going to make us feel. So I not only got a good orgasm from this woman, but I also gave her a few extra dollars, and now she helped me feel. Again, the decision is up to you, gentlemen. You can do what you want. You're a grown man with grown man money. She's a grown woman. I'm just letting you know we all see it. That's all I'm doing. Tonight's episode, I'm pulling back the curtains for us men, not on us men, to let you know that the rest of us in the barbershop see what you're doing. Now, we're not saying that it's good or bad, but don't act like we don't see what we're seeing when we see it. I'll say that again. We're not saying that what you're doing for the extra money was bad. This is your money. We're just saying, stop acting like we don't see and don't notice what you are doing just because we keep our mouths shut and we ain't in your business. Once again, because men are silent doesn't mean that we don't recognize. And we do recognize that some of you dudes, you only do it because the women in these other countries make you feel good about yourself, if only for a split second when she hugs you and say, thank you, papacito. Thank you. Gracias, amor. Amor, gracias. That made you feel good. And so you always give a little extra to any pay for play you got because it makes you feel. This scenario right here, the dude took the female out the strip club, gave her a life of a wife. And let's look at what she does.
He just, like I said, there's control before marriage.
So he took you. All I'm saying is this man took you out the strip club, right? You dancing on these weirdos all night, and he took you out.
I know weirdos.
Okay. He took you out the strip club. He said, "You know what? I am gonna put my cape on and save this woman." And you still didn't respect him enough to not do what he asked you not to do and take that opportunity. You see? So that's why you don't do it, because you do everything right. A woman gonna do what she want to do.
I was very young. I mean, like I said, chapters come into play. You're not thinking about it because at 20, 20 years old, 19, 20. How am I supposed to
20,
know?
30.
No,
This man,
I was dancing
this
at
man
19.
took you out the strip club, and you had so little respect for him still that when he said not to do something, you still did it.
I chose my career over playing house.
Whoa, your career was stripping before he took you out of there.
I notice about women is they like to put themselves in situations that are dangerous. They like to put themselves in situations where they surround themselves around creeps, tricks, and weirdos. It's crazy. The things women do for money, they put themselves at risk a lot of
He's not lying. When you tell a woman that you want to take her and rescue her, do realize she might like being around creepy dudes. She might like being around some of those at-risk dudes, disrespectful dudes, the Pookies and the Ray Rays and the Nick Nook dudes. That's another thing we haven't talked about. He's absolutely correct. A lot of women do like being around creepy dudes instead of good dudes. So if she doesn't want to be around a good dude, bruh, let her go. It ain't nothing you can do. You are the opposite of what she wants. You ain't got enough money. I'm gonna say this again. You will have enough money for her to use you, but you will never have enough money for her to respect you. Let her go. This world is full of gorgeous women. Bruh, I know that's your first Latina. I got you. Bruh, I know that's your, fellas, I know you ain't never had a tall European chick. That's your first. I got you. You ain't never had no Philippine coochie. You've been living in California your whole life. Ain't never got none of that Philippine coochie. Now you in the Philippines, you can use some true Philippine coochie. I got you. You ain't never been with Latina until you went to Brazil. And she did things and let you do things to her you never imagined. I got you. I feel you, bro. I'm serious. I feel you. But I'm here to tell you, she ain't the only one. And all you dudes that think your first one is the one, you doing it bad backwards, bruh. Your first chick in any country, and I mean your first serious chick in any country, ain't gonna be your last chick. If you think the first one that you with is gonna be the last one you gonna be with, yeah, you doing it bad backwards, bruh. There are women out there that enjoy being with toxic dudes. Here's the problem. Her, nope, you're not toxic. Or not toxic enough. And don't become toxic to get with her or to keep her. Keep it moving. Some of you dudes so scared to keep it moving. She loves a knucklehead. You ain't a knucklehead. She loves a pookie. You ain't pookie enough. I ain't pookie enough. I'm gonna tell y'all that now. Bruh, I had females when I was 17 would not go on a date with me, bruh. You know why? And I told you guys this before. I'll never forget what a chick told me, and I never forgot that story. We were 17 years old. She was 17 too. And I remember we were standing in front of my boy's house, and I asked her out on it. That was the first time I ever asked a chick on a date, like on a date. And she said, Andre, you're cute, and you tall, and you nice. She said, but I can't go out with you. I said, why? What's going on? She said, because you come across as the type that take a woman to a nice restaurant. I only want cheeseburgers. And I never forgot that lesson. There are women that only want cheeseburgers in life. They don't want what you have to offer, good man. I'm gonna say that again. All you good men, they don't want what, that's how you get scammed. Because there are women that will use you for what you got, but they don't respect you for who you are. They never will. You are not toxic enough. I ain't toxic enough for a lot of women.
I go into certain neighborhoods, they know I'm bougie. Who is he? Why does he think he here? He think he better than us. He does think he's better than you. I do think I'm better than a lot of women. You absolutely correct. You can't just drop me in any neighborhood. No. And a lot of you guys are like me. You can't just plop us in the favelas. Like, what? No. You can't drop us in the barrios and on the top of the hills of Medellin. No. Why? Because I know I ain't toxic enough for none of what's going up in them ladies that's up in them hills in Cali and Medellin. There are women in parts of Cartagena that will never see Andre, and I will never see them. Why? I'm not toxic enough for the type of men that those women are accustomed to. I'm not talking about hood. I'm just talking about just being straight toxic. There are people that live in the hood that's not toxic. I grew up in the hood. I wasn't toxic enough for my own neighborhood. Young lady said, well, I just want cheeseburgers. And sometimes we'll sit back and we'll say, because I thought, maybe you're being too nice, Andre. And I come to find out, no, that wasn't my tribe. My tribe of women were the women that want to have steak dinners. My tribe were the women that want to go to the jazz festivals on the weekend when we put the blanket out and have a picnic. That was my tribe. My tribe of women that read books and poetry. My tribe of women that have a spiritual religious beliefs, whether they were Catholic, whether they were Buddhist, whether they were Islamic, whether they were Christian. That was my tribe of women. My tribe of women believed in the value of education and what education could take you. My tribe of women. My tribe of women in Tampa didn't live in Ybor City, the hood. My tribe lived in Wesley Chapel with them 6-7 bedroom houses. That was my tribe of women. Now, were some of those women reminded you of some of the street girls in the sense of like they willing to give up their sex? Yes. Do not think that because a woman has money, she ain't willing to give up the sex just as fast as the woman that ain't got money. Both of them get horny. So don't think I'm talking like, yes, because she's better and she has no, they just as freaky as the chick that lives in the projects. So don't never think the women, them sisters that live in them big ass houses that they're so special and delicate. No. They ain't nothing but LaWanda. LaWanda moved out the hood. That's all, but she's still hood. Some of you guys don't want to admit. Leave certain women alone because that ain't you ain't toxic like you used to be when you were younger. We kind of grow out of our toxicity and we kind of like let some of the pookies get away with stuff. Let Ray be toxic. I know you look like, man, some of the pookies and Ray be with some of them baddies in Brazil. Yeah, they do. But guess who else gets some baddies? Us dudes that's just regular dudes, man. We get them too. I just want to encourage you guys in regards to that, man. I don't want you guys to be feeling like, man, only bad boys get the bad bees. That ain't true. That's far from the truth. We just sell ourselves that. Will says this. He said, that brings back memories of things my mother, aunt, and grandmother used to say. She said that you can't make a woman love steak when she only used to cheeseburgers. She wants cheeseburger. She wants right now. Absolutely correct. One of my first dates in Medellin, Afro-Colombian sister, baddie. I take her out to one of the nice restaurants. Wasn't expensive. It was nice. Wasn't expensive. Just nice. Opens up the menu. It's in Espanol. At this time period, I didn't know 3 Spanish words, right? Opens up the menu, looks at me, and tells me in Spanish. I had a flashback. Guess what she said to me in Spanish? Flashback from 17 years old.
All I wanted was a cheeseburger. One of my first dates in Medellin, sister. All I wanted was a cheeseburger because she couldn't understand the type of entree, the wine selection, the type of steak cuts, and how it was cooked. She looked up at me and said, do they have cheeseburgers? I'm looking around like there's a live romantic band behind us. And I'm being for real. I didn't look at her like, what is wrong with you? I just kind of took it like the flashback back to 17 years old. And of course, after that, after, the meal, never spoke to her again. At the end of the day, fellas, there's nothing wrong with you not being toxic. But some of the women that we're attracted to, they love toxic dudes. And that's global. But that's just some of the women that we're attracted to.
But as Goldie just said, like a dude took her out of the strip club, made her rich and famous, and she still left this guy. You cannot save women. Women do not want to be saved, because even if you save them, they still gonna leave you.
Same thing that Melissa Ford did with her with her Canadian husband. Melissa Ford's Canadian husband was with her do or die, looked out for her in every way. When Melissa Ford first started doing videos in the 90s for Jay-Z and all these other people, and her career blew up, and she made it over to the States. She's in California, she's in New York, but her husband was back home in Canada, who looked out. She did the brother dirty and divorced the brother. Do you know Melissa Ford years later tried to circle around and come back to that man? After being with all these celebrity dudes, after being called, what was her nickname? Jessica Rabbit, because of her body. Oh, Miss So Beautiful. She tried to circle back around years later, once she passed 35, to come back into that man's life. And that man said, no. No. He's moved on. So yeah, there are plenty of times when guys look out for women, and because they think that sexiness gonna last forever. I know he sounds like the Candy Man, right?
That's the problem. You see it all the time, even on movies. Remember Popeye? And remember the girl that he had a crush on, and she went with Luke all the time? Like, come on, bro. That's crazy. You could save a woman, and she gonna still leave you. It happens all the time on the movies. They show how women act.
Man, let me tell y'all something real quick. And this is for the men. This is for the men. You know you gotta get warnings, because some people be hard-headed. Fellas, the worst woman to date or be with is a woman that enjoys cutting a man down with her tongue. Hear me out. This particular woman knows how to make you feel small with just the words that she say. She ain't even got to say much, but she know what to say. And you know what type of woman I'm talking about. It just be crazy, because most of the women that carry that trait are women that really start off so good. They be so good to you. But you got to pay attention to how she treat the people that's around her. If she talk to her mama crazy, you ain't got a chance. She talk to her daddy crazy, you definitely ain't got a chance. She treat her friends poorly, you know she ain't gonna do you the same way, huh? Until she do. And she will. And then now you trying to figure out, dang, how did I get here? You gotta pay attention to how that woman treat her people around her and the people that she love. And you got to be careful not to get yourself too entangled with a person with that type of spirit. Because that type of behavior will rub off on you. And then once you leave that person, you will find yourself treating the next person the way she treated you. So y'all be safe out there.
You can't even take control and be a man and be like, hey, get off of her. I don't want her.
I don't, because that's not what I do, my nigga.
And
I don't do this. What I don't do. Hey, get off her. Get off her. Be hand her. No, because at the end of the day, you should have enough respect for me to where it's like, man, get your hands off her.
I said that. He's
No, you didn't, nigga. No, you didn't.
I promise you.
The nigga girlfriend with another nigga, and you got up on because he felt sad. What are you talking about?
I'm joking with him. You keep talking
But I'm
about
saying,
that.
but you joking with a nigga, give a nigga that leeway. A nigga, oh yeah, she fucked with me. I don't want to have no one by my side where a nigga think.
And one thing I know is a nigga ain't never done with me, because I be like the nigga one and only like unique girl. Like all the other girls probably act the same, and then they get me. And then they get me and they be like, bitch, you fucking crazy. Don't ever text my phone again. You done called my phone 359 times, bitches. You fucking crazy. And I be like, yeah, I am. I'm fucking crazy. I really am. And then I give them about a cool little month. Then they be, what you doing? You miss me? You already replaced me? Nigga, I thought I was crazy. Why do you want me? Why do you want me? Remember, I'm crazy. But see, the thing is, they ain't never had a bitch to test them like me. That's all it is. They ain't never had a bitch to test them. And then when they realize that all these other women ain't like the big dog, then they want big dog back. What you want big dog back? What you going crazy over big dog for? Remember, I was crazy. Remember, I told you I would set your tires on fire. Remember, I'm cuckoo. But niggas like cuckoo bitches. I keep telling y'all that. Quit acting all so sweet and so kind to these niggas. The moment you act a little crazy, then you gotta cut them off after you act crazy. Give them about a month, they'll be back. They'll be on your line.
Or Brother Will says she too masculine, but is she wrong? Is she wrong? There are too many men that are getting on planes that get their lives ended because of women like this. Yep, the Steve McNair type. They want the toxic ones, the toxic waitress that could put one of them things in them. The quarterback for Tennessee, Steve McNair, the brother. Last time they had a decent quarterback. She right. No but. No but. She just right. I'm not even about to sit up here and read the second half because we already know that men love a big butt and a smile. But here's the part, Will, that made me say I'm not gonna read the second part. You know why? Check it out. You can't get a big butt and a smile from a good woman that ain't masculine, that ain't toxic, that's not quarrelsome. See, dudes try to make it seem like the only way you can get that freaky sex is from you know that the only crazy chicks get that crazy sex, dog. I know some chicks that's homebody, that's the nastiest, freakiest that you ever saw. All you dudes that's been sold that toxic and crazy chicks are the only ones that give you crazy sex, bruh, the wildest sex I have ever had from any of the women that I've been with were all homebodies. Them nasty mother, I'm talking about you nasty mother. I'm talking about you like green eggs and ham. Would you do it in a box? Would you do it near a fox? Would you do it over there? Could you do it in a chair? Give you the green eggs and ham sex. Don't y'all ever think that it's toxic chicks that give the best sex. That's because y'all ain't never been with no real, true homebody chicks. Them nerdy chicks, them bookworm chicks. Why you think Kevin Samuels was warning men about dating nurses? I ain't never been with a nurse that wasn't wild and freaky. Them motherfuckers. Them there. They are givers. They're there to be for others. And in that bedroom, you better believe that's what they gonna do. So for all you dudes that try to sell me And other men that only crazy chicks can give you that crazy sex, dog. That's a lie. That's a myth, a lie from the pit of hell. And I mean some of the women that you walk out the front door so ladylike, so elegant, so you never see any dry anything on her. Bruh, she just finished just swallowing a whole load and a half, bruh. You never know. She's going to work. She's taking care of, she's working in HR. She's working at the local this. She owns this business. She's in school. But y'all think that if a woman is chasing you with a crowbar, that's the good sex. Yeah, I need a chick that's gonna be chasing me with a crow. I need somebody crazy, man. I need somebody gonna be like the one woman. We're gonna look at a video of her in a couple of days. This one white woman for stalking. Check it out. 65,000 text messages. She only went on 3 dates. The dude only took her out 3 times. 65. Oh, we're going to look at it. Not tonight, but I got it. I already set up. 65,000 text messages. Don't ask me how she did it. But the news headline talked about it was only 3 dates. Another sister, 4 years for stalking. 4 years. Ain't put her hands on nobody. But it wasn't a celebrity for stalking. But y'all think, you know, that crazy shit, them crazy shit. Boy, them Latinas, boy, them spicy Latinas, boy, the ones that got that, boy, no. They're Latinas. There are Latinas. Dude, I've been with some of the Latinas that have done some of the nastiest stuff. And this is when I was in the States too. And I'm telling you, once they walk out their door, they are the most ladylike, elegant women you have ever met. You would never know. You couldn't guess in a million years where she asked you to tie her up. You couldn't guess in a million years that she wanted to get tied up. Don't you ever think that. All you do is that assume that if you got to get off the plane, you got to be with a crazy chick to be with good sex. You doing it all wrong. The only reason you with crazy chicks is because that's the environment that you and I grew up in. Crazy mothers, crazy aunties, crazy female cousins, crazy female co-workers, crazy chicks in our school. And so that's what we grew up in. But don't make it seem like crazy women are the only place that you can have some good sex. You are a liar. I used to believe that lie until I started being around the good ones. And I was like, man, yo, you wild, girl. Yeah, I keep on believing that lie. Let's get back to the video.
Calling your phone. That's what the fuck they do. That's what they do. They love it. They love it. I don't care what a nigga love. What Cardi say, you gotta act toxic because a nigga love a toxic bitch. They love that shit. They love that shit. They be trying to act like they don't like it, but they love it.
Get to know you, you run. How many good women have you left because she got to know you? You walk away from a good woman just because you know you. You'll stay with a whore because she'll never know who you are. It's more comfortable for men for us not to be known. That's why it's hard for us to stay down with good women, because good women look straight through you and say, you sad, ain't you? No, baby, what you talking about? I'm good. A whore ain't never gonna ask you how you feel because she don't care. And many of us like that because we don't care about ourselves, and it feels good to be around people who don't care either. Because when people care about you, it challenges you to get better. When they don't, you can be whoever the hell you want to be.
This one hit home for me. Everything he said, I noticed that about myself when it comes to Andrea. I found myself being more transparent than ever with anybody. I find myself noticing the areas that need to be improved upon. No matter how good of a dude I am, I see those areas. I see how me being a better man and her being a better woman benefits us both and our future children and our legacy coming down the turnpike. I see myself seeing myself in her in a mirror image. Like, okay, you know what, Andre? You can't be doing this in public because Andre will be looking at you like, if you can do it, then I can do it. So now I'm more or less like, you know what? I might not want to say that. Or may not do that. If I'm lazy with the gym, I'll notice days where Andre gets lazy with the gym. So I got to keep my butt in the gym, not just for me, but for her. But a lot of dudes don't want to be with a woman that's good, and you have to look at the reflection of yourself as well and see what areas you improve on to make both of you even better people. See, everybody wants to be called a leader until it's time to lead. Leader means you lead by example. You the trailblazer. Manage means that the trail has already been blazed. So now we set up shop. Leader means the trail hasn't even been blazed. You're blazing the trail through the snow. Management means we've already settled in a location. Some of you guys are great managers, but you're not a great leader. You can manage what's already established, but you don't know how to lead into a new direction with the family or with your girlfriend or with your girlfriends. You're just a great manager of a bunch of women, but to say that you can lead one or two women, some of you dudes ain't good like that. Some of you dudes are excellent managers. I got 5 women. I got 10 women. You're a manager. But leading a woman or 2 women or 3 women, leading, that ain't your specialty. That's not your specialty. And when you get with good women, you will notice if you are a leader or just simply another dude that's a manager. Just a manager. And he's absolutely correct. A lot of dudes leave good. Dude, I'm gonna tell y'all something, true story. A lot of areas of my life that I improved upon was because I was with those women that had the 6, 7 bedroom, 8 bedroom house. I'm living in the suburbs of Tampa. I'm thinking my purchase of my 4 bedroom house in Riverview in the suburbs. And if you know Tampa, Riverview is a really nice suburb. I thought it was something. 10 years ago, I was in prison at that time period. I come out of prison 10 years later, I got a great job. I'm making $90,000 a year. And at the same time, I own a SUV. I mean, not an SUV, but my Ford F-150, and I own my convertible, and I own my home in the suburbs of Tampa. You'd have thought, hey, from a dude coming out of prison, you did pretty good, kid. Till I started dating those sisters that lived in Wesley Chapel, Carrollwood, West Haven, in Orlando. And I started looking at them sisters and them Spanish sisters and them white sisters' houses and what they were owning. And they didn't even have a man. And it did make me reflect on myself. And for some of them, I'm going to tell you the truth. You want to be honest? Some of them I did back off of. Because I didn't think I was ready to be on that level. I had the look, had the charm, had the height, was making my good money. But I didn't think I didn't think, it wasn't about worthiness, because I already knew I was. But it was my responsibility to blaze the trail of having the 6, 7, 8 bedroom house. Not getting in a relationship with a woman who already has that.
So there were times where true story, that I backed off. Not because dude, women already knew I can invite Andre to some beers, or I can invite him to fundraisers. Andre looks good when he's just running an obstacle course. Andre looks good in a tuxedo. Andre looks good in a suit. Andre looks good in a tracksuit. So it wasn't about being able to take me to Andre can go to the ballet, or we could just go to the movies. Andre can go to the orchestra or an opera, or we go to a football game. So it wasn't about if I wasn't balanced enough to be, I wasn't worthy enough to be in certain environments. It wasn't nothing like that. It was that I'm seeing these sisters got their own, and what I have is nice, but I still got work to do. And a lot of dudes don't date certain women because you don't want to look in that mirror and say, what I have is nice, but I see I got work to do. True story. That's the first time I ever told that story. There are women, I'm talking some of the most, when I was in dating chicks in DC and B more, now I ain't got no business being down there. I'm down there acting a fool, but I mean, these sisters own this and these sisters own that. And they got this, they got that. And I'm like, damn, okay, all right, a little something. And I didn't feel intimidated or nothing. I was the man. I was the leader of the relationships. They loved them some Dre. But I saw areas in my life that needed improvement. And I still see that. Yeah. Like you said, I'm a leader, not a boss. That's a great way of putting it. That's a great way of putting it. Yeah, some of us just don't want to look at the area. And I'm not just talking about financial or material areas. I've met women that were some of the nice, like your perfect example of non-material. The reason why our house is peaceful and no arguments is not because of Andre. I want to say this again. The reason why me and Andre have probably only had 2 or maybe 3 true disagreements, it is not because of Andre. We're talking about non-material reflection that a woman could bring into your life to make you look at yourself. I remember the first time, man, I was like, well, and Andre was just sitting there so calm and cool. And that was the first time I looked at myself sounding like my mother, sounding like my uncles, sounding like my loud cousins, sounding like my female cousins, sounding like my sister, sounding like my female co-workers. It was the first time I ever noticed, A, how loud Americans talk, B, how easy it is to flip our switch and us to be impacted. And Andre is just sitting there so calm. Why are you yelling? That's exactly what she said. We can get back to the topic. Why are you? And that was the first time that mirror hit me like bam. And it was the first time in my life I ever noticed that I was yelling. Even when I wasn't angry. I wasn't even angry. Just trying to get my point across. From that time on, I began to work on it. And so now when we have disagreements, do you think we're in the library? Now, have I had my moments? Yes. Like I said, 3 times. The first time, and then maybe 2 other times when I was like, hey. Every time Andre just. And so now I know, because I don't want to look stupid. I don't want to look dumb. I don't want to look like the villain. So when we disagree, it's like, it's this really calm atmosphere. We may not agree with each other, but it's so calm. And it rarely happens, but now it's a lot more calmer. And that's not a material thing. Not something you can purchase. So the first group of women showed me, hey, Andre, get on point with material things.
other women, such as Andrea, taught me there's some invisible, unmaterial things or mirrors for you to look into to become a better person as well. But for you guys that like the toxic ladies, you'll never be able to look in that mirror and see what areas where you can improve because you're so busy being with the toxic ladies. Let's continue on with the video, gentlemen.
You walk away from a good woman just because you know you'll stay with a whore because she'll never know who you are. It's more comfortable for men for us not to be known. That's why it's hard for us to stay down with good women, because good women will look straight through you and say, "You sad, ain't you?" "Nah, baby, what you talking about? I'm good." A whore ain't never going to ask you how you feel because she don't care. And many of us like that because we don't care about ourselves, and it feels good to be around people who don't care either. Because when people care about you, it challenges you to get better. When they don't, you can be whoever the hell you want to be. We are in trouble in this world. Men are in trouble in this world. You know why? Because nobody listens. They don't listen to our wisdom, and if they don't listen to our wisdom, they surely don't listen to our pain. And pain is real in men. Pain is real.
Social media took it to new heights. Am I saying there aren't some terrible choices out there? Of course not. But is the sky falling? That's something every man has to answer for himself. Because when you answer that as a group, you're almost always being misled. Check this out. If you're only advised, only trained, only conditioned to deal with bad women, what exactly is that preparing you for? Who's teaching men how to deal with good women?
Beat the shit out of that man. I figured it out. Let me tell you what I figured out. So this is like my first longest marriage relationship. Now I know y'all was thinking, bitch, you was just married last year. Yeah, I divorced him, got with a new man and married him. My business. But this is what I'm saying. It lasts so long because I've been beating the shit out the man. I've been talking to the man crazy, breaking shit, beating him. I'm doing everything. I've been the man. And he ain't left yet. Whole time we up here trying to treat the man right. If we treat them like they punch the shit out that motherfucker, I promise you he'll stay.
So she left one marriage that she was with before, and within a year, another dude, knowing that this woman is toxic, put a ring on it, and she's still being toxic. And I'm not surprised, because a lot of dudes, no matter what country we're in, are attracted to toxic women.
I promise he'll stay. I'm learning. Me and this man got to it last night. I told him I did not want to be with him no more. Look, we ready to sign them papers. He said, stop, I just landed. I'm going to go take a nap because y'all know he got his own house. I got my own house. I don't give a fuck. I cannot live with no man.
So she's married to a dude. He has his own house and she has her own house, yet they're married. And because of her toxic behaviors, he agrees with this in a marriage.
I'll pick you up at 10 o'clock tonight. Go take the kids to the mall. Here, use the card. Like, you just gotta be a little toxic and beat the shit out of me. I'm trying to tell you it works.
Instead, you're slowly being convinced they don't exist, right? Haven't you noticed you have more confidence in the idea of a bad woman, but feel a little uneasy at the idea of there being a good one for you? You've been left unprepared. So now, when you meet a woman who might actually be good for you, you don't process her properly.
My friends that are hoes, no shade, they get better men, they get better picks, they get better options, they get way better treatment than any other of my sanctuary friends or me. And I had to learn how to fall in line.
She said that she has come to a conclusion, Lil Mama, at a young age, her friends that are 304s get better treatment from men than her and her good girlfriends. And she says, now I have learned to fall in line. If this is what men want, of all ages, of all stages, toxicity, who am I to not fall in line. This is so sad. Shout out to Evan in the building. Glad to see you tonight, my brother. With a $49 love, he says this. He said, me being a tiger, meaning men that travel by themselves or solo travelers or just men that just do enjoy life themselves. They don't necessarily have to have a woman all the time. Shout out to all you tigers out there. He said, I've hooked up with good women and toxic women. He said, I would not seriously date and or marry a toxic woman. They're only good for the bedroom as long as they know when to shut up. Only the simps will seriously date or marry toxic women. This is so true. Only the simps will do that. My man, corporals in the building. Shout out to you, sir. Glad to see you here. He says, there's some truth to what they're saying. He said, I had to learn not to complain about what accepted and was allowing to be a better man. He said, I had to take my options seriously and get better. Absolutely correct. And Montrez in the building. Shout out to Montrez. He says this. He said, you're seriously more valuable than any relationship. Absolutely correct. If a woman brings chaos, drama, or disrespect, walk away, gentlemen. Walk away. Peace is better than stress. Always. Always. He said, if it's good to review my global entry last month. Yes, sir. He said, next goal is to renew my passport next year. That's my goal as well. Even though I got a couple years before it's up, I decided to renew it early. A few years early. Let's continue on. We're almost done.
And you don't necessarily have to be a hoe like messing with this person, that person, and that person. You got to be a hoe in your mindset. You can't let your feelings be stuck on just this one thing. You got to hop around. You got to explore those feelings. You got to know how to manage your feelings. You got to know how to not be in your feelings for way too long. Okay? So you get where I'm going, right? Never let a motherfucker make you so stuck to the point to where this.
Men fall in love with hoes. They don't fall in love with good women. Anytime you see a man crying over a woman and his feelings about a woman, it's always about a hoe. Men don't be tripping about the good girl. Men don't be caring about that girl who's consistent, the girl who's always there. They don't be tripping about her. They be tripping over some hoe. It always be a hoe with a fat booty, and she be on Instagram and she get flown out, and all the men be falling in love with her. All the men be giving her attention, straight up. It's just some girl that he met in the club that it would just be a one night stand, and now he got feelings for her, straight up. You was just a body. She really don't.
Someone asked me, why do men leave when they know they have a good woman? Because a good woman isn't enough if he doesn't feel like a man next to her. Yeah, you can cook, you can clean, you can show up for him, but if every time he tries to speak, you interrupt him, if every time he messes up, you attack him like he's an enemy, then he starts to shut down. Not all at once. You see, he'll leave in pieces. First, the version of him that used to talk to you, and then the one that used to hold you. And finally, the whole man disappears. You didn't lose him the day he walked out. No, you lost him the day he felt like nothing he did was enough. The day he stopped feeling like a man in his own relationship. So if you want a man to stay, just love him, respect him. Because where a man doesn't feel respected, he won't fight, he won't beg. He'll just quietly leave, and you won't realize it until he's already too far gone. You see, a man doesn't need perfection. He just needs a space where his masculinity feels safe, where his voice matters, where his presence is valued. And that is real talk.
That's facts. He said most men need a space where our masculinity feels safe. Most men needs space where our masculinity feels safe. And for those that think that we're going to find that with a Mika, like her husband thought he did. Come to find out her husband was wrong. That's why it's very important when we go to these other countries, gentlemen, to vet these women. If we don't, we can end up with a beautiful Mika, beautiful Afro-Colombiana, Afro-Latina, a Malaysian, an African woman, an Afro-European, and at the end of the day, there could be an Anton Daniels waiting in the background for our woman as well. Shout out to all you guys that's been here. We're going to end the live stream right there. Shout out to all you guys once again. I hope this live stream helped us all, because I want to see us all. If we're going to pursue women, we are pursuing the best for us. How you define that best is up to you. But at the end of the day, we know that women like Mika and other women who are toxic, even with a smile, are not the type of women that we need to deal with. And that's why it's so important for you to have your boundaries, your standards, because your standards and your boundaries will protect you from women that are toxic with a smile. The other toxic women, like this young lady we just looked at, they're obvious. They don't hide their toxicity. You can point them out a million miles away. But what about the toxic women that are toxic with a smile in all these countries we go to? These are the ones that can play the long game and empty out your bank account. These are the ones that can meet you in the club and you wake up 3 days later because she drugged you. These are the ones that are so nice, so sweet. They cook, they clean, and the next thing you know, you got a kidney missing in Brazil. Now, I know that's just a stereotype, but at the end of the day, my point is this. Guys, you deserve the best. Go after the best, and don't let anybody shame you for going after whatever you defined as the best. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to you guys here. Shout out to David. Shout out to Zeta being in the building. He said no toxicity at all. Yes, sir. He said it's sad that but the younger, inexperienced and immature men fall in love with toxic women and the 304s. He said, I had to learn, like most of us. He said, I had to learn to see myself in a better light, to be a better person or a mature man. Absolutely correct. I like how you worded that. Absolutely correct. Quiet Storm says this. He said, it feels so good to I read that one. Shout out to Quiet Storm. Congratulations in regards to your global entry. Let's get ready to go with the outro. I got a new outro video for you guys. I think you and guys like Kenny People will appreciate it. Let's get ready with the new outro. Then we'll go with the cowgirl.
We can do better. We could be chasing dreams. We know what's right, and we know how it feels. Yeah, we can do better. We can make a change for real. Yeah, we can do a lot better. We can be facing fears. We know what's up, and we know how to get there. Yeah, we can be stars. We can be the best. Just put us to the test and we'll show the world there's another way. If we just try a little every day, we can make it better. We can do better. We can be setting goals. We understand right down to the soul that we can do better. We can have a heart of gold. So let's step it up. Step it up. Step it up. We could be making moves. We know what time it is, and we know just what to do. Yeah, we could be on top.